Let's see, there's my mic, there's your mic. All right, let me get the bass scene up here. Okay, and we're live. All right. Whew. All right, enough of this nature-filled peace and serenity. It is Fan Art Friday, and we are back, boys, girls, and everyone in between. We are a studio created by artists for artists, and in our sketch sessions, we talk about anything that comes to mind while we create human art. I am Esso, and with me, as always, is the co-creator and motivator, Miss Lily.
Hello, guys. Welcome back.
Welcome back. A lot has happened in the past week, and we have got a lot to talk about. Plus, the series finale of Dr. Stone just aired, and I's got to draw it. What are you going to be working on tonight, Lily?
I'm gonna be working on something for the Amazing Digital Circus.
Bueno, that sounds fun. But before we get into it, let's get a little housekeeping out of the way. If you are watching the stream, please join us in chat. It lets YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram know that you're here and counted. If you're a first time watcher on Twitch and Instagram, hit that follow button. And if you are watching on YouTube, be sure to hit that like, subscribe, and bell to get a notification next time we go live. Let's see here. Be sure to follow Miss Lily on Instagram and TikTok at Lily Lilac Draws, all one word. Her links are going to be in chat. Let me make sure that link is in chat so they can follow you. There goes hers. And if you wish to get more art from me, some clips from the stream itself, or if you want to donate to the studio, head over to our Linktree and we're going to have that in chat. And finally, as a disclaimer, the artwork that I present in each stream, and only my work, is pre-recorded. Due to my attention deficit, I cannot draw and carry a conversation at the same time. My process is normally pretty solitary and vibes filled. So throughout the week, I record about 2 hours of my process via OBS for each stream. If I end up going over that 2 hours that week, I speed up the video a little bit in Premiere just to match the total length of the stream, but no artistic process is lost in the video editing. Just time. But, of course, a good artist isn't always a fast one. Obviously, repetition can speed up the process, but I didn't create the stream to showcase speed. I created it to showcase the artistic process and to create and to have a good conversation while doing it. So if you notice any kind of video playback, it's either me messing up the audio or the presentation process, and that is my bad. But now we got all the housekeeping out of the way. Let me go ahead and switch over the scenes here so they can see what we're going to be working on. Let's see, I believe that Instagram's getting the live feed as well as YouTube and Twitch. All right, everything's up and running. Okay, so let's see. How do we want to start this? Do you want to start talking about the what we watched? You know what? Actually, a lot of things happened in the week that I was gone. A lot of big events happened while I was up in the mountains, and I just want to just kind of quick fire through them real quick. And so that way we can kind of get all the depressing stuff out of the way too. But starting on a high note, the first 2 episodes of X-Men 97 Season 2 received 100% Rotten Tomatoes score, which I thought was really cool, and I can't wait till that releases next week. I am ready. Let's see what else happened during the week. The New York Knicks won the NBA championships after 53 years. Woo! Go Knicks! Let me see. For his birthday, Trump gave Iran over $300 billion to rebuild and reopen the Strait of Hormuz, which they closed a week later. What else happened? Trump's birthday UFC bash got rained out. That he's having on the White House lawn, and then some punch-drunk UFC fighter decided to use the oldest trick in the book, which is to dehumanize prominent black women, specifically Michelle Obama, by questioning her gender. But, you know, fuck anybody that attended that event. Let's see what else. The Obama Presidential Center opened in Chicago in the historic Jackson Park. And I watched a couple of the Obama speeches, and it reminded me that presidents used to be really well educated and actually cared for the people, and it made me feel sad and hopeful all at the same time. Let's see what else. Trump's $14 million build to or bid to renovate the reflecting pool in front of the Lincoln Memorial to get rid of algae and paint the pool floor, as he called it, American flag blue, failed. And then a week later, the pool had more algae than before. So they decided to have the smart idea of pouring 12% peroxide into it to kill the algae, and all it really did was kill some baby ducks. So, Jesus.
Yeah. And it didn't even get rid of all the algae.
Exactly. It only got rid of
And
it around the edges.
and the paint that they used isn't even proper paint for the application. I
Yeah.
heard it was like wall paint or
Yeah,
something
exactly.
like that.
Well, what I heard was that the whenever they were painting it, so apparently the people who won the build or the bid had done pools before, so they technically knew what they were doing as a business. But then, like, because Trump was trying to speed this along in time for his birthday, um, they it didn't allow the paint to properly cure to the bottom of the pool. And then Trump also made like the smart decision to ride his what is it called whenever they ride their parade of cars, a caravan? I don't know, the presidential caravan. Regardless, he decided to drive a couple of freaking SUVs across the bottom of the reflective pool, and which could have possibly damaged the bottom, which is
Wait, they drove cars through the
yes.
bottom,
Yes, dude.
the bottom,
Whatever it
like the
was drained
actual
out. Yeah.
bottom of. Wait,
Yeah. So you
why would
know
you do that?
cuz he's our
That makes no sense. Like,
presidential
why would
genius.
you? Because, uh, huh?
Yeah,
Because then,
and the worst part is that he claimed that somebody had vandalized the paint, right? By like
yeah,
running a knife down the middle of it or something.
yeah.
And people are like, "No, it's because you drove freaking cars over paint that wasn't fully cured yet."
And it could have been any other amount of reasons too that were not good reason,
Exactly.
like
Exactly.
good things that were like the factory grade hydrogen peroxide could have started peeling the paint.
Yeah, it could have
The
started
paint
wearing at the paint.
wasn't cured properly, or it
Mhm.
wasn't even the proper type of paint that was used. Like,
Yep.
it wasn't anyone going down the middle of the friggin' pool with a
Yeah.
knife. Like, that makes no sense. Like,
Yeah, like there was
you'd
some sort of
catch them
scuba diver just like
you'd catch them
taking.
faster than them going through the pool with a
Oh
knife. Like,
my
what the
god, dude. Yeah,
This is where taxpayer money is going,
yeah,
by the way, you
and
guys. This is
the
actually where it's going.
the insult to injury is the fact that like so whenever people started picking these paint chips out of the water, right, as either to kind of show what was happening, or I saw one person trying to sell a paint chip online. Trump sent out the National Guard and the park police out there and literally started arresting people if they even put their hands in the water.
The heck?
Yeah, and now the last thing that I saw was that Trump was putting a chain linked fence around the pool and tarping it over so that way people either can't access the pool or can't look at it, I guess.
Wow.
Kind of what he did with the did you see that scaffolding he put up in front of the Kennedy Center?
Yeah, I think to hide that
Mhm.
they removed his name, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And
And
then
now it's
and
kind of
then
like
someone started projecting like the Epstein files
yeah.
and stuff like that and images
Genius.
onto the tarp.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is where taxpayer money's going.
Oh yeah, folks.
So
Like
happy that that's the
it
way my money is
it's the
going.
perfect illustration of this administration for sure. um
Crazy work.
Let's see. The only other thing that I noticed that happened while I was gone was oh yeah, happy Juneteenth to anybody who celebrated on the 19th. On the 19th, I was already on the road heading back home. So, but that was everything that I missed while I was out hiking and kind of disconnecting from it all for a little while. Um, Man, what was happening? Anything happened in your world the past week?
Um, well, the past 2 weeks, because you've been gone for
Oh crap, that's right. Yeah,
two
it's been
weeks.
2 weeks. My mind's out
Um,
of it. I'm trying to get it
Nothing
back.
really. I don't really remember anything this last week. But the first week you were gone, um, one of the things that came out was Florida became the first state to sue OpenAI for chatbot harms,
I
which
saw
is
that.
pretty surprising because
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't think that Florida would be the state to do it first,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
good
of
on
all
you, Florida.
states.
Good job. Proud of you. So that the lawsuit claims that it has OpenAI has posed a safety risk to users. They allegate that it has assisted mass shooters, encouraged self-harm, and degraded critical thinking, which um, I don't know about the first one, um, but
Mm-hmm.
the second two for sure. Like
Yeah.
there's countless studies that are coming out now where people have like shown their chats with these chatbots
Mm-hmm.
where they'll encourage self-harm or they'll misdiagnose the like people are going to these chatbots to help
Get
diagnose them with
self-diagnosed?
their
Oh
yeah.
no.
And
Oh
of course
no.
it's wrong because it's um because it's gathering so much data from the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you can find some stuff that's true on the internet, but along with that harmful along with the helpful stuff is harmful stuff that's not true. So they,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the AI isn't able to differentiate what's real or not.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I've heard of have you ever heard of AI hallucinations?
no, I think, can you explain it?
So apparently, I've been hearing about this a lot because I work with a lot of legal teams during my day job, and they've been talking about how there are a number of legal teams out there, especially the smaller ones, that are using AI to kind of like build their arguments within court. And the
Hmm.
AI will essentially like make up legal cases that some of these legal groups will use during their trial and as kind of like showing precedents for anything such as like whatever they think is going to help support their case in order to win. And apparently AI is just kind of like making up these cases, and apparently that happens
Wow.
often because of all the information that it's having to filter. That AI will sometimes just make up an event. It'll make up data that's non-existent or that has been debunked. And that's scary, man, especially if we're starting to see it within our legal fields. Like, imagine everybody else who's using AI to come up with, to self diagnose of all stinging things. I mean, AI
Yeah,
psychosis is definitely a thing, you know?
it's it's definitely
Oh, that's
it's
scary.
doing more harm than good, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Like, and I hate that, like, I don't want to call people stupid. Like, I think these people are turning to it
Mm hmm.
to, like, I just feel like a lot of the educational system across the board has failed Americans, has not taught them how to use critical thinking skills when searching through the internet. They think, and it's in part due to the marketing that goes into AI.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's so super helpful. It'll definitely help you no matter what, it's super smart, but no, it's not. Like
Mm hmm.
you have to double check what it's telling you. You have to go to these sources that it's pulling from and using your own critical thinking skills to think, is this true or not? And you have to fact check that. I was fortunate enough to go to a good um a good school district growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I hear, and we live in Texas, guys, so it's not that great, but
Right.
um so I was fortunate enough to go to a good school district, and they taught us how to, you know, write essays, and you have to look at um you know, different sources, and you have to fact check those sources and don't just rely on one thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um
Yeah, it
and
teaches you good critical thinking skills.
yeah, sadly, a lot of Americans now, especially in this generation, they haven't been taught that. Like, and now they're having to rely on ChatGPT or
Oh
OpenAI
no. Yeah.
to, and then going to the doctor is fucking expensive,
It is.
Like we
It is,
we just don't
especially if
make
you don't
enough
have
money to go.
insurance. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they're having to, like, these poor people are having to rely on an AI chatbot to hopefully tell you what's going on, and it's not going right, Like, I just can't help but feel sad when I
Oh
hear
man.
that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But
It worries me because I have been looking into um um uh therapy, right?
mhm,
And unfortunately the amount of doctors that I have found that are using AI chatbots within
really,
like yes, in order to discuss with patients is disturbing, man. It's like
how do you
that
know? Wait, how do
they
you
have
know they're using a
so th-
chatbot?
they have to disclaim like they're not allowed to just use chatbots and act like it's them, right? There's a
Okay.
disclaimer that whenever I was researching different psychiatrists in my area, I was looking through their websites and through their medical profiles just to see which one fits me best. And yeah, man, some of them in their disclaimers say that they have online features that include AI chatbots, and that's worrisome. Like I, you go to a mental health professional to speak with another human being that is hopefully educated in the areas that you may need some mental help in, and to think that you could be chatting with them online and it may not actually be an actual person on the other side just freaks me out a little. Like we've officially gone too far, you know?
It's also like I you're potentially paying money if it's not free, right? You're paying
Mm-hmm.
money to what then?
Yeah,
For you to cheap out and use a robot to talk to me? I'm paying you to talk to me. I'm not paying to talk to a robot?
exactly.
Like that's
It's
that's
so
so
weird,
shitty.
man.
It's so
such a
weird.
such a
Yeah,
weird
that's so
thing to do.
awful.
I don't I get why people want to embrace new technologies, but sometimes you just gotta, you gotta
Not
let
this
a
way.
yeah, you gotta let a technology simmer for a little while before you jump on it, especially for something as consequential as that AI can be to overall society. You know what I mean? Like
But
this
I
isn't
mean,
something.
even besides that,
Mm-hmm.
it's I feel like people aren't scared enough of what
Yeah.
AI is doing, not to
Mm-hmm.
society, but to the fucking planet.
Yeah.
Like I keep forgetting that AI keeps stealing from stuff, like from
Mm-hmm.
artists and other properties, which is bad in its own. People are not afraid. They're not scared enough of what it's
They're
doing, like,
not,
literally
man.
right now. Like, I hate so I used to be a dumb kid, like, "Oh, pollution sucks," but
Mm-hmm.
I won't be alive by the time the planet is in shambles. Like, they predicted that pollution would fuck the earth for, like, what? Like 1,000 years later, right?
Well,
So
yeah, some
guys,
models were like in the
because
matter
of
of 10 years.
because of this because of the rise of AI and what it's doing to the planet, it's speeding that process even faster,
Mm-hmm.
and it's literally happening right now. They
Yeah.
predicted what? That fresh water for us would run out in the next.
which
decade,
annoys me
was it?
so much. It annoys me because I just got through. I ran across an article not too long ago where they were talking about that there's better ways of cooling AI data systems rather than using water. You know, there's different liquids that they can use, sort of like antifreeze, in order to keep these machines cool enough to run. But the reason that these companies aren't using it is because it's more expensive. So they would much
Expensive.
rather take all of our drinking water
Well, newsflash,
for their
guys, if all the humans are dead from no water, no one's gonna pay money to use your stupid fucking AI machines.
who
So,
would have thunk,
uh,
right?
make it make it make sense. Hello?
Oh my
Like,
god, dude.
that's what pisses me off the most
Mhm.
about everything that's going on with the AI.
Yeah.
People aren't scared enough. That's why I'm kind of like more radical about it, that it needs to just be like fully eradicated
Yeah.
and used in the, like, if we have to use it, if we
Mhm.
have to use AI, it needs to be used for the betterment of humanity in the fields that it needs to go in. It should
Yeah.
not be in the creative field, because we have proven time and again as humans that we can create all forms of art
Mhm.
without the help of robots. Yes, we can program a system to replicate digital water to
Yeah.
in animation. That's different than this AI that I'm not really happy with. We need to like, people just need to be angrier, and I'm tired of it. We're literally living right now in it. It's happening right now, and people aren't afraid enough. I'm pissed off. Like, this
Dude,
is
I
not
know.
good.
I know. It's one of those things. What I hate, like, because a part of me is like, okay, this was kind of genius, right? These AI companies rolled out a novelty form of AI first, right? Oh, you can make little pictures. Oh, you can make little videos, and it feels as if it has placated people to the point where they don't see it as being the threat that it is, except for the people who's losing land in their local communities, or their environment. You know, the noise pollution in their small town is getting drowned out, or their electric grid is being diverted to a data center, so therefore, you know, they're having brownouts and blackouts constantly, or they're
Or
drinking
they're paying
water.
higher Yeah, or
Yeah,
they're paying higher prices just to have fucking electricity in their house,
exactly,
or they're
exactly.
not having proper drinking water or showering
Mm-hmm.
water or
Mm-hmm.
potable water
Yep.
in their kitchen.
Mm-hmm. And all because people had to make cute little pictures and cute little videos of shit that doesn't exist.
Mhm.
That's the only reason why. That's why, because humanity needed a quick product. It our need for instant gratification fucks us again. You know, like,
Yeah.
mm, here,
Mhm. But
again.
that's to say, I'm glad that one of the states, even Florida of all places, has
Yeah, of all
started
places, you
the
know.
the rampage against it
Mm-hmm.
in um in trying to sue a company, I think one of the biggest ones, OpenAI.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, I don't know if it's the biggest one. I don't keep up with them, but
But even
I'm
still.
I'm glad that they're doing something. Um,
Mark
what
mentioned that
else?
in chat we had gotten a AI bot that was trying to advertise getting us AI viewers, and I banned it. It's like,
That's funny.
it's ironic that we're talking about it while that's happening at the same
I know
time.
it's literally everywhere. I'm
Oh, it's the
not.
worst.
It's annoying. 2 weeks ago, the Nintendo Direct happened. Blah blah
Oh
blah.
yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, and I had to watch it at work without the volume on. That sucked,
Oh
but
no.
I got to see all the cool stuff. I mean, the only coolest stuff was that they did officially announce the Ocarina of Time full
Yes,
HD remake for Switch
yes.
2, which it looks crazy. Like, it looks like no other Zelda we've seen before.
Mm-hmm.
The art style, at least they used for the trailer, which
Yeah.
is really exciting. Um, yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with it art-wise. I don't want them to change the gameplay though,
Mm-hmm.
just because I think that's like a pivotal mark in the history of that game, you know? Like
Yeah.
the gameplay, the way the maps worked, and all that good stuff. Like, I hope that they don't change much of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I would assume since this is this like a full remake of the game, or is it kind of like they're just
Visual update.
yeah, visually updating it.
Well, they haven't announced what kind of remake it is.
Mm-hmm.
At most, you can tell that it's definitely a visual update. Like, it looks completely different
Yeah, yeah.
from what,
Fidelity of it looks way better. Of
yeah.
course, we're talking about a game that came out in what was this a GameCube game or was this a Super NES?
Don't ask me. I have no idea.
I need to look that up. Hold on. Let's see here.
Because I played Ocarina of Time when it got remade, like an HD remake for the 3DS, which
Mm-hmm.
is just they bumped up the visuals a little bit.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it looks just like the original when it came out.
It came out for the
Under
Nintendo 64. There we go.
Yeah, in '98.
Mm-hmm.
Um, They did do some quality of life changes to the gameplay just by a tiny bit by you being able to see the little map on the bottom screen of the 3DS, which really helps the gameplay
Oh, for sure.
because a
That's
lot
a
of
quality of
yeah,
life
'cause,
improvement.
yeah, because a lot of people were like complaining about some of the temples, namely the water temple
Mm-hmm.
in Ocarina of Time, because you had to keep opening the map with the start screen.
Right.
Because you'd keep getting lost. But in the 3DS version, the map is just you just look down and it's
Mm-hmm.
right there. So you don't have to keep opening it. Um, so I don't know how they're gonna implement that. I'm just excited to see it because it's it's a really good game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Everything that I hear about it, people have always had praises for it. What I found interesting was that whenever this was released, I came across this article where they were talking about there was this guy who had been developing his own version of an updated Ocarina of
oh
Time
yeah, I
for like a
saw.
decade.
And then he said and then he stopped. He's
Yeah,
like, I'm not gonna
he's not gonna
step on their
step on
toes.
Nintendo's toes, yeah. But he was
Yeah,
working on it for 10 years, man. I kind of
I
want to see
know.
his version come out just to be like, "Hey, dude, you did it." Like all
Exactly
that
right.
work wasn't for nothing, you know?
I think Yeah, so he definitely was just doing it
Mhm.
as a passion product.
Yeah.
Like, that's really cool. And it would be cool to see what he came out with
Yeah, yeah,
before.
what kind of differences there would be.
Yeah, I definitely would want to see it. Hopefully he maybe just, not even releases the game. Maybe just here's some shots from the game, here's
Yeah,
how
I
this would
think
have worked, here's
I
what I
think at this
changed.
point Nintendo would probably go after his ass if he tried releasing it.
Oh, they would. They'd sue the pants off
Mhm.
of him.
Yeah, exactly.
Poor kid. That's probably why he did that, because he's like, "Yeah, I don't wanna get
I don't
sued,"
wanna get sued right before they release their version
because
of
'cause they're
it.
gonna do it. They do it all the time.
That's kinda their MO.
Mhm. So that's what happened. The other thing that happened, was that Kingdom Hearts 4 was announced at the Nintendo Direct, which
I
was crazy
saw that.
because, so Kingdom Hearts is a franchise that first released on the PlayStation.
Mhm.
Um, and it was a PlayStation exclusive for like a really long time.
Yeah.
And then they started releasing games on some of the Nintendo handhelds, but never released the main games onto any other console.
Mhm.
So I thought that was crazy that they showed like a good amount of gameplay for Kingdom Hearts 4. They showed this amazing trailer for it. Um, and then they even announced at day one release of the game it would be available on the Switch too, which is
Oh wow.
crazy. And all this comes after the Sony State of Play that happened last
Mm-hmm.
month, which
Mm-hmm.
like which everyone was disappointed by Sony's State of Play. They were saying, "Oh man, no Kingdom Hearts 4 news." And then Nintendo comes out and is like, "Oh, you thought, here you go. Here's Kingdom Hearts."
We
I thought
got
that
it.
was so funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so weird. I don't know why they decided to do that,
I
but
don't know. Like I saw the gameplay, some of the gameplay trailer, or not gameplay, but the trailer that they released for it.
mhm.
And I remember seeing some of these screenshots from like, damn man, this had to have been years ago, where I saw some of the early test footage for the game. Like how long have they been working on this game? It
Oh
has to have
yeah,
been
the
years.
first yeah, the first release of the first ever teaser of
Mhm.
like the gameplay looks nothing like the gameplay that they released
Yeah,
uh
yeah.
last this week. I mean, sorry, this month.
Mhm.
So I don't remember how long it's been that they announced it. I think they announced it back in 2022.
Yeah,
Kingdom Hearts
man,
4.
I wish I remembered because it feels so much longer.
Well,
Either that or I've
here,
just been anticipating it for a while.
I still haven't even beat Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 4 was officially announced in April 2022. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
man. That
Yeah, it's
is
been 4
nuts.
years.
Oh my
When
goodness.
did Kingdom Hearts 3 release?
Early,
I hope
let me
it's
guess. Maybe
2019. I hope it's
2019. All right.
good.
Mhm.
I Because I was really disappointed with Kingdom Hearts 3. I haven't beat it. Like it
It's
I hope they kind of like separate themselves from the Disney franchise just because Disney, I feel like, had such a stronghold on it and they kept
mhm.
telling them, like, no, you can't do this with our properties. No, you can't do that. Like they
I would be
really
super
held their
surprised
hand.
if they did, because it was such, I mean, the Disney characters are a staple of the game. Outside of the main storyline, but I'd be super surprised if they got away from that. Although so whenever I saw the video, it and tell me if this is just a me thing, but I saw the video and I noticed that the style was leaning more towards like Final Fantasy 15, right?
Yeah.
The
So
style
that's
looks
why
a
I
little bit
think
more realistic.
mhm. That's why I think they're changing it. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, I think the Disney characters like, Donald and Goofy are definitely gonna
Yeah.
show up, and of course Mickey. Um, but I'm really hoping, or they had a really long talk with Disney and was like, look,
Right.
y'all need to stop doing this because the fans really like, have you seen all the theories that were on the internet? Like, they want us to be able to write your properties in a way that makes sense in Kingdom Hearts, okay? So
Mhm.
stop it. It's either they did that or they were like, okay, yeah, we're just not gonna like go heavily into the Disney properties and just do more of like a Final Fantasy thing. I don't know. I don't know how
Right,
they're
right.
gonna do it because Disney is crazy too. They're just as bad. I think
Yes,
if
they
not
are.
worse than Nintendo.
Mhm. They really
But yeah,
are.
so it's definitely changed in style because if you look at Sora, his main characteristic, other than his giant spiky hair, is his giant shoes.
Mhm. And them
So, which
gloves.
yeah, which were nowhere to be seen in
Mhm.
this new game. So I'm kind of interested in seeing what they're gonna pull out, and hopefully it's way better than Kingdom Hearts 3 because oh my gosh, disappointing.
Yeah, it's I never got a chance to play Kingdom Hearts 3. I did watch like a YouTube video on like the lore and the storyline because the storyline is absolutely bonkers.
Oh,
Um
it's yeah.
it's just as bad as Fate Stay, you know what I mean? Like the storyline's everywhere. Um but yeah, I hope it's pretty good. I'm like you. I kind of hope they get away from the Disney characters because it looks like from the videos that I've seen, the environments look hyper realistic, and even to see the Heartless in these environments is a little like it's a weird contrast. So I'm really hoping, like, because it would look even weirder to see like Mickey Mouse walking around like this Tokyo looking landscape.
Really realistic looking.
Exactly. It would just look
Like,
so
yeah.
weird, man. So yeah, we'll see. Like I just thought it was so odd. Like I remember seeing a piece of the video and it looked like they were fighting on a highway and
Yeah.
surrounded by like these corporate buildings, and I was just like, it just
That are
the
super, like, to scale. Like,
yeah,
they're not
that are to
funny looking
scale.
or cartoonishly looking, like,
Which is so weird, man. It's like it was
yeah.
just a weird contrast, and I wonder like how they're gonna be playing around with that. Are they going to like go down the more realistic route and kind of leave the fantasy elements behind? But you can't really do that with this franchise because this franchise is kind of built on the whimsy of fantasy. So it's like
Mhm.
I don't know, that's a weird balance to try to tiptoe through, but we'll see what they do.
Yeah, I think so. I think because they're saying that, okay, so spoilers, even for
Mm-hmm.
me, like, uh, Sora goes away at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. Does he
Oh,
die? We don't know. He
I
just
don't
kind of
know.
disintegrates. And so they're saying that this place that he's in right now is
Mm-hmm.
kind of like the Kingdom Hearts version of the afterworld.
Oh,
Um,
oh
so
shit! The afterworld
because
is
there's
corporate offices.
yeah,
It must
is
be
regular
hell.
Tokyo. Yeah. So
Gotcha.
it's kind of like how in Full Metal Alchemist they like dimension
Mm-hmm.
hop and go
They
to
went
our
to our
world.
world.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so I because they said that another character in the trailer shows up in one of the phone games and
Mm-hmm.
he dies in that game. So
Oh.
he's in the trailer. So they're saying, okay, so yeah, Sora died and he's in this afterworld
Mm-hmm.
for this um universe that they're in.
Yeah.
So um it could be, Kingdom Hearts is famous for world hopping, so he
Mm-hmm.
might just world hop to a different world and his style just, because his art style changes each time he goes to a different world, so
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's what's happening. He, like, the game isn't gonna completely look like this the whole time. It's just in this world, and whenever he goes to different worlds, he reverts back. So
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
I don't know. Who knows? I have no idea. I still have to beat Kingdom Hearts 3 to see how he died,
What
or if he
happened?
died, what
Mm-hmm.
happened. But yeah, that's what happened, and
Hmm.
pretty exciting.
All right, I'm ready for it. So are they still going to be releasing it on the PS5?
Oh, of course, they
Okay.
have to.
All
That'd be
right. I was
so
about to
weird.
say.
That would
How dare
that,
they?
that would be even funnier if they were
Mm-hmm.
like, Nintendo owns it now. PlayStation. PlayStation, what? No. Like, that'd be so funny. That'd be hilarious. Couldn't
They
pull
can't
that
do
off.
this
I don't
to
know.
us.
I'm pretty sure it has to.
Hmm.
Like, Disney. They saw the potential. Like they re-released the HD remixes of all the games for
Yeah.
the Switch 2, I
Yeah, I
think.
remember that.
And then yeah, I wrote it down here. After Nintendo Direct, the Kingdom Hearts game package HD release for the Switch 2,
Hmm.
the cover artwork was accused to be AI generated,
Oh.
which just this
Ooh.
week they quietly changed the cover artwork.
Trying
which
not
I
to
don't know what
raise
it
any
looks.
eyebrows.
Yeah, I looked at it too, and I was like, yeah, this kind of does look AI generated. Like it looks kind of wonky.
Yeah.
Let me look
Yeah,
at it.
that's kind of crap. That's not cool.
That that does suck.
Ugh.
They have this giant art department. Oh, I would hope so, unless they laid them off like every other corporation already has. Um, cover art. Yeah, here it is. On Reddit, Kingdom Hearts Square Enix silently replaces Kingdom Hearts collection background. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
just the background?
Oh.
What? But they didn't change the the characters. Funny.
Oh my goodness. So
Here,
it's
you won't
only half
realize it's
AI.
AI even. You don't really realize it's even any remotely AI if we change the background.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
It's so disappointing whenever companies
I'm
start.
disappointed.
Yeah, like, come on, man. Like, a lot of times, what annoys me the most is that something like this will happen, and then the company will be like, "Oh, well, it's because we went through some contractor, and then the contractor did this," and you're sitting there going, "Well, you can't tell me that as a professional, global industry that you couldn't take a look over this independent, studio's work and be like, hey, this looks a little AI-ish. You mind fixing that?" Oh my goodness, man. Why would they do such a thing?
Money.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's because of the money.
Money.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. Trying to meet deadlines, trying to save money, cutting corners as always.
Hmm.
Goodness. All right. Anything else happened the previous week that I may have missed?
Um, the only other thing that happened that I did
Mm-hmm.
specifically was I watched The Backrooms.
Oh, okay. So how was that? Because I mean, I've heard nothing
So
but good stuff.
I think like I liked it. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's definitely so it does get slow at one point.
Yeah.
And there it was so funny in my theater, this guy fell asleep and he was or girl, and they were snoring and you could hear them. And I was like, bro, wake that wake this person up. That's so funny. But yeah,
Was it
I
a
liked
snooze
it.
fest?
It did get slow at one point,
Oh, okay.
but like I I definitely enjoyed they're different types of horror, obviously. I
Mm-hmm.
definitely enjoyed Obsession more.
Yeah.
Um, but they're both really impressive. It's so crazy to see the backrooms on the big screen. Like I remember watching some of the first videos that Kane has ever made for the property,
Yeah.
like on YouTube, and seeing it come to life in theaters was so insane to me. Like
Mm-hmm.
he did such a good job too. The soundtrack is amazing. I think I need to watch it a second time and really just look at it at a different lens, I think. And I think without the person snoring in the background, maybe I would have like not realized how slow it was,
Yeah.
but I think he did a really good job. And yeah, I would not want to be stuck in the back rooms. Like it's still
Yeah.
terrifying. Like
Yeah. I mean,
I would not want to
just
be
being
stuck
stuck in that kind of environment alone is rough.
without a like even without a monster. Like just
Mm-hmm.
being stuck in a place that makes no fucking sense
The
would
claustrophobia of
terrify
it
me.
all. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd be like so confused like how the heck did I get here? What is happening? Why am I here? What is happening? Like I
Well,
would
luckily,
lose my mind.
I've watched enough game theory to know how to escape the back rooms if I ever found myself clipped into one. But yeah,
Did
dude,
you get
it's
a
huh?
Did you get a chance to watch it? Because you wanted to
No.
watch it too.
Yes, I wanted to watch it. No, I haven't gotten a chance to watch any movies recently.
Mm.
Although I think I'm going to be this weekend. I'm probably going to be watching Supergirl. Um,
Okay.
Only that now I'm starting to read that it's not so great. But
What?
while I was out on my adventures, I stopped off by a comic book store and I picked up the graphic novel that the movie's going to be based off of.
Mm.
Because I wanted to get like a preview between what's in the comic book and what's going to actually be on screen. Um, and the comic book is really, really good. And I really like the artist that's behind it. So if it's anything close to the comic book, that's going to be really interesting because the story is less about like high action and punches being thrown everywhere, and it's more about like a character piece of Supergirl. And
Mm.
so I'm excited to see if it still follows that kind of through line, or whether or not they're going to be trading that out for something that's a little bit more high impact just to keep eyes. But we'll see. I think, but yeah, as far as any kind of movies, I think that's probably going to be the only one I'm going to be able to catch this coming weekend. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to stream Obsession or Backrooms once it hits the streaming services. Like, I wish I could just see all the movies in the world. Please let me be able
Yeah.
to see all the
But
movies
it's
in the world.
Yeah, it's still gonna be a good watch, but
Yeah.
man, seeing it on the big screen,
Oh, it
and
makes
then
all the
also just
difference.
hearing, yeah, and then
Mm-hmm.
just hearing all the other people in the theater like reacting to it is kind of funny too. Like
Yeah.
it's just it kind of validates like the thought that you have in your head like am I really watching this? What the heck is happening, you know? Like when
Yeah.
other people like kind of laugh or like what the fuck? Like, that sort of thing out loudly in a theater. It's kind of funny. But I kind of want to say when I watched the trailer for Supergirl,
Mm-hmm.
have you seen it? The
Yes,
trailer?
I've seen like the most recent trailer that has come out.
Okay. I don't know if I've seen the most recent trailer, but
Mhm.
it's basically like the trailer I saw was that they kind of like took her dog and
Yeah.
then she was like, basically like don't touch my dog.
Mhm.
And I was thinking this is basically John Wick, but a superpowered John Wick.
I wonder if they're gonna play that angle of it.
That would be yeah, that's the vibes I got. That she's just like, don't you fucking touch my dog. And it's
Well,
like,
if it's anything like the comic book, right? In the comic book, she ends up helping a um a young girl who her father is killed by like some Kingsman agent, like some sort of bounty hunter or some sort of police officer entity, right? And so this young girl goes to Supergirl to get help, and in trying to help her, um this assassin poisons Crypto, the dog, and so then it becomes personal for Supergirl, and it starts from there, and she has to kind of like chase this assassin down to see what kind of poison he used to shoot her dog. Otherwise, her dog's gonna die, right?
mm,
So if they go down that route, it's definitely John Wick. But it's gonna be interesting to see how they change it. Like, unfortunately, I've been seeing mixed reviews. I
mm,
try not to pay attention to reviews too much before I go see something because I kind of want to experience it for myself. But I
yeah.
always kind of decided that, Supergirl, Spider Man, and the Avengers movie were going to be like the big tentpole movies that I try to see this year. So
Mm.
we'll see what happens. I mean, otherwise, as far as Spider Man goes, I am super hyped for that thing because, my God, almost every trailer that comes out for it looks amazing.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I'm so excited.
Super excited for that. But yeah,
Next month. Oh my
hmm
gosh.
one more month, man.
Oh my
Not even a
goodness.
whole month. We just got to get near the end of the month, and we'll be able to
Yeah.
see it.
I'm so excited. And I'm so scared because like what's gonna happen? I
Dude.
haven't seen any of the like what is it? The
Uh-huh.
press tours for it, but
Yeah.
like I think I saw like a snippet of one on
Yeah.
accident and they were kind of alluding that MJ might die and I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
please don't. I think Peter Parker is gone through enough. Can we stop killing?
No.
Can we
No, Peter
stop
Parker
killing?
can never go through enough, all right?
Stop. Stop it. He's already dead. Stop it.
Yeah. Dude,
No.
I've literally gotten into internet fights on Twitter with people about like about what could possibly be happening in this movie
Really?
cuz dude, like cuz there's theories galore, especially centered around what's happening to Peter and then who
Mm.
Sadie Sink is supposed to be. And I've gotten into these
They haven't
debates.
even like they haven't even released
No,
like any
nothing.
glimpse of her.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's been like some behind the scenes where she looks like she's in a hoodie. And then like the most recent trailer shows her in a hoodie and she's kind of playing like an antagonistic role. So it I don't she could be playing a million different characters within the Spider-Man universe, but people are insisting that she's playing a character from the X-Men universe and I'm just like,
Jean Grey.
"No. There's no way.
Why
There's
not?
no way." Okay, so my theory is that the reason it wouldn't make sense to introduce an X-Men in this Spider-Man movies because number one, this isn't technically an MCU produced movie. It's technically a Sony movie in partner with
Yeah.
the MCU, but Sony owns right the distribution rights and all that stuff to this. So I don't understand why the MCU would introduce a brand new X-Men, right, in a Sony production. Like as
Mm.
far as like the legality behind that, it makes no sense. The other thing that makes no sense to me is that the characterization is all off on this, right? Like when has Jean Grey ever been a bad guy or say the things that she says in this most recent trailer without
Mm.
being the Dark Phoenix. You know what I mean? Like that's the only or even being like Madeline Pryor or being the Goblin Queen. Like that's the only time she goes down those dark turns. And I highly doubt that Kevin Feige in the MCU is trying to go that route right off the bat. Um, but later on in the stream, I'm going to be talking about that because there have been some interviews where they've talked about what they're going to be doing with this current MCU X-Men that they're going to start filming at the end of this year. But
Oh, really?
oh yeah. But the thing is, like, just so many people whipping out the Jean Grey allegations, and I'm just like, I don't think so, man. Like,
You're just saying that because she's a redhead.
and that's what I'm thinking too, right? Like people are taking the most laziest route of
Like
who
she's a
she could
redhead. She
possibly.
has to be playing.
She's redheaded. She's young. That's who she is, you know. And they're like, oh well, you know, it looks like she has telekinesis powers, but it's like, dude, do you know how many Spider-Man characters have telekinesis? I mean, Jesus.
That would be such a crazy turn, though, to
Mhm.
just like, here you go. You didn't think it would happen, but here it is.
Here's an
X-Men in a
X-Man.
Spider-Man film.
I
Okay,
mean,
so question.
yeah.
Does Spider-Man ever run into the X-Men like a lot?
He has, but it's never adversarial. Spider-Man has never been adversarial with the X-Men.
Meaning,
Meaning like it's never been like a X-Men versus Spider-Man scenario. If anything, a good majority of the time they work together a lot. And maybe like
yeah.
there's like some tension between Spider-Man and Wolverine every now and again because Wolverine has
That's
hit
funny.
on Mary Jane because she's his
Oh, that's
type.
awful.
Hey, it's Wolverine we're talking about here. But it's like, yeah, unless there's like some sort of like Avengers versus X-Men scenario where, you know, Peter takes the Avengers side, like I just don't see why you would introduce an X-Men in a Spider-Man film as essentially the bad guy. Like I just don't understand it. Like and
Mhm.
okay, if I were to play the mental experiment of like, okay, what if it was a situation where like you're trying to introduce the X-Men in an aggressive way so that way the humanity of the MCU would be prejudiced against them in some form or fashion. I can kind of understand how having a X-Men terrorist would kind of like make sense, right? In order to build that bad blood between humanity and mutants. But it's like it's also one of those things where you can introduce, because we're about to go through Doomsday and Secret Wars, right? We're
Mm.
about to have the universe, right? The entire world broken apart, pieced together by Doom, and then like made to fight each other. And then eventually the world's going to come together as a whole as like one single timeline, one single universe, right? So there is room to introduce the X-Men as like this new human species that other humans are just not vibing with, right? Like it's easy to kind of like build that prejudice tension between humans and mutants, especially if you introduce them after like a cataclysmic event like Secret Wars is going to be. But it's like before that, why are you going to do that for? It kind of feels like you're double dipping, right? And you're making the X-Men out to be like these terrorist organizations for no good reason.
Mhm.
Like in the most recent trailer, like this new telepathic villain, whatever she is, whatever Sadie Sink is, she's like threatening Peter Parker with finding Mary Jane and injuring her, right? So it's like
Mm.
so it's one of those things like, okay, so that's not good. That's not something Jean Grey would
That's
do.
not very X-Men.
Yeah, that's not very X-Men like. Jean Grey was never part of X Factor. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
yeah, you gotta I don't know. I think it's like you said, people see red hair, green eyes, and is a young woman. They automatically jumping towards the X-Men. It's so goofy. And I've been having arguments back and forth with some people that are just insistent. But either way, I'm super excited for what they're going to be doing with that movie. And according to some of the trailers, man, they're introducing a lot of characters in this movie. So I am down.
Yeah.
I want to see what they
It
do.
feels it feels very this is kind of a trend that you see with the Spider-Man movies where they just
Mm-hmm.
kind of start throwing everything against the wall at the
Mm-hmm.
very last movie. Like this happened in Tobey Maguire's
Yeah, in the No Way Home movie. Yeah.
finale.
Mm-hmm.
No, like
Oh, you're
in
talking
Tobey
about
Maguire's Spider-Man.
okay.
Like in the third film, like I feel like there were way too many plot points that were delving into each other, way so many characters, and then kind of in Andrew Garfield's like he didn't get a third movie, but I feel
Mm-hmm.
like in the second movie it kind of started looking that way too, with
Yeah.
like a lot of plot points and this and that. And now it's kind of happening with Tom Holland's Spider-Man where
Yeah.
they're starting to so I'm kind of worried because when you have so many characters and when you have so many plot points, some of them feel like irrelevant or like why is this here or not very fleshed out or oh,
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could have seen more of that one. So I hope the writing is on point. I hope they stick the landing because I'm a
Yeah.
little worried about that it's going to be way too much and not enough substance for each point and each character.
Yeah, I kind of see where you're coming at. Like I think I don't know. The reason why I never have very much issues with it is because it was it if you've been kind of like a long time comic book reader, you're kind of used to this, right? You're used to like Spider-Man going up against five villains. Like the Sinister Six existed in the comic books for a reason. Like Spider-Man literally going up against the six most powerful of his villains and Rogue
Yeah.
Gallery. You know, so it's like and then whenever you had like Spider-Man No Way Home, where you had Electro and the Lizard and Sandman and Green Goblin and Dr. Octavius, I think they landed that movie
That one
pretty
was
well.
pretty well. So
Yeah.
I think in
So I'm
that
hoping,
regard,
yeah, I'm hoping like it's
yeah.
gonna kind of follow suit with this, only that this time, which I find really interesting, is that this time it's gonna be a little bit more of a street level kind of a story, which is odd to say because it's like obviously we're getting like a lot of, I mean, we're getting like the Punisher and the Hulk, and we're getting Spider-Man, and you know, rumors of whoever the hell Sadie Sink is, and Mr. Negative is supposed to be a part of this one too. So it's like he's already been cast like freaking
And a
months
bunch of
ago.
ninjas.
Yeah, and a button and the fucking hand in it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and then
Um,
you know,
okay, wait.
mm-hmm.
What was my question? I was thinking I was gonna think of a question. Or I had a question.
Yeah.
What was I gonna Okay, in the last trailer,
Mm-hmm.
because in the trailer that I watched, they did show a hooded figure, but the
Mm-hmm.
shadows were like really intense. You couldn't tell who it was.
Mm-hmm.
You could just tell it was a girl. I don't know if it's the same trailer that you watched, but in the trailer that you watched, did they straight up show Sadie Sink, or was it
Yes.
this hooded figure?
Yeah,
Okay,
they
so
straight up
her
showed her.
face actually. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so there's a trailer I haven't watched yet. Cause,
Yeah, they
okay,
do show her, and it's one of those things where it's like this the again, AI being the bane of everybody's life. People are starting to release like fake behind the
no.
scenes. Yeah.
Ugh,
And no, it's even
get
worse than that, dude.
eradicate AI.
it's
Fucking
even
fuck this
it's
shit,
even
dude.
worse than that, dude. I've seen AI compositions of like Sadie Sink like going to like red carpet events that never really happened. And
Ugh,
like and in these
ugh.
AI photos, they have Sadie Sink in the same clothing or the same
No,
clothing color theme as Jean Grey, just to fuck with people's heads. And I'm just like, come on, man. Like
that's so fucked. And
it's
also,
fucked.
like,
Mm-hmm.
it's fucked, and then it's also like a breach of her.
Yeah.
Like she's not consenting to like
To
this is
none of
all
it. Yeah.
hella fucked. Yeah, like you're screwing real with reality. You didn't ask the actress if she could like screw
Mm-hmm.
with people in this way, right?
Yeah.
You didn't ask for her consent. Like,
Just
just stop
horrible
it.
people. They're
Just
just being
stop it.
horrible people.
Stop being awful.
Well,
Stop it. Ugh.
and the worst part is like they're just doing this for clicks. You right? They're just doing this for
Doing
clicks
it
and
for clout.
engagement. Like they don't give two fucks about whether or not it's real or not, as long as people interact with it and they're able to spread a rumor and go viral. And that's the most annoying part out of all of this.
Mhm.
That people are doing it for money. Money ruining it again.
People suck. That's just the long and
Yep.
the short of it. People
Mm-hmm.
suck.
It's true. People do suck.
But anyways, back to the fun stuff. I'm excited for the movie. I
Yeah.
can't wait to watch it in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna I know I'm gonna cry. I cried at the last movie
Yeah.
so bad when Aunt May died.
Oh my
Oh
god,
my
that was
gosh.
rough. That was
That
so
was
rough.
crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were actually gonna do it,
Yeah, I had
but
no idea either.
damn, because he already lost, because he already lost Uncle Ben,
Uncle
which is
Ben's
the,
gone. Tony
because
Stark's
that's
gone.
the turning point for, but in this universe's Spider-Man,
Mm-hmm.
it, well, no, he was already a good hero
Yeah.
after Uncle Ben,
Yeah.
but to lose Aunt May too is
Oh my
crazy.
god, dude.
And then he also lost Iron Man,
And then
like, and
Iron
then he
Man.
lost his friends. Like, what the fuck,
It
dude?
fucks
Like,
you up, man. It fucks you
if
up
MJ
real
dies,
good.
I'm gonna
Like,
flip a table. Like, I'm just gonna
that's what. That's it. If MJ dies, we're rioting.
stop killing, stop fucking killing Peter Parker's people, man.
What are they gonna do next? Give him a puppy and then take that too?
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Like, how worse can you get? Like, stop it.
Peter's life is just suffering.
Stop it. I know. It's so, like,
Oh my god. At least give him a
I
W one time, you know?
yeah,
Just once.
I really like, Spider-Man and Peter Parker's, what he stands for, that he'll
Mm-hmm.
always choose to do the right thing no matter how bad it gets.
Yeah.
And I, that resonates with me so much because I painfully always choose to do the right thing, even if it's painful,
Right.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
And but I just want this dude to stop suffering. Like, stop.
Just
Like,
for a little while, you know?
universe, universe, can you stop? Like,
Dude, and then if they're with this movie, if they're doing the storyline that I think they're doing, it's like
don't tell me they do
I,
die. Don't tell me
I'm not
someone
gonna. I
dies.
won't say anything. I'm not gonna. I'm
That's
not.
what you're
I'm not.
implying, man.
I'm not
I'm
like those
gonna cry.
manga readers. That's like, just
Okay,
wait.
I'm gonna bring some tissues.
But if
Gonna have
if they are adapting the other storyline, it's gonna get interesting. Like really
oh,
interesting. It's like it's gonna expand Peter's world by like tenfold if they're going down this route. But apparently, like this movie is supposed to be a direct prequel to Doomsday. So in some form or fashion, it's gotta bridge that gap that's happening besides of what Fantastic Four has already set up. So
mhm.
like I don't know what's gonna happen. I my assumption is that there's gonna be some sort of multiversal shenanigans happening, maybe, right? Since we're dealing with Doomsday and Doctor Doom and multiple realities and all. But
Mhm.
like and this is the other reason why I think Sadie Sink is somebody else than what people are saying. But I mean, the other thing that I keep thinking about is that next year we're also getting the third installment of the Miles Morales Spider-Man movie, right?
Yeah.
So who knows what connections we're gonna start seeing?
So, um, so what you're saying, if you think it's going to be adapting the comic book that you think it's doing,
Mm-hmm.
or the storyline,
Mm-hmm.
is this do you think this is not the end of this, Peter Parker, this
Oh no,
Spider-Man?
not at all. Not at all.
Really?
If anything, they're just kind of like I don't know how to
You
put it.
think
Mo problems, mo powers, problems. It's the only way I can put it without
so?
spoiling
Okay,
anything.
so you think he's definitely gonna be in Doomsday?
Oh, for sure. Most
Cool.
definitely. I mean, Spider-Man's definitely like the
'Cause I don't
face
think
of
they've
the
said
MCU right now.
anything. 'Cause I don't think they've said anything about him being in
Oh,
Doomsday,
he's
right?
well,
Or
the only thing that I've heard is that this movie is supposed to be serving as a prequel, that it leads right into Doomsday. And if
hmm,
Doomsday is going to be like the first half of what's going to be Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, I can only
yeah.
assume that what's happening in Doomsday is utterly tragic. So,
Oh, man. No more oh, I'm gonna be crying this whole year. 'Cause Doomsday is later this year too,
yeah,
like,
yeah, Doomsday is in
it's
December.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, okay, so speaking of movies,
Mhm.
because 'cause we're talking about awesome movies coming
Yep,
out
yep.
and the box office is gonna pop off. I read an article, I think on LinkedIn, that
Mhm.
the show up rate and the rate that people are going to the movies now
Mhm.
has been as high as it has been since before COVID.
Oh, fuck yes. That
Yeah.
deserves a
So,
clap.
yeah, isn't that awesome? Like,
Hell
I read
yeah,
that
man.
title and I was like,
We're back,
that's
baby."
yeah, because Hollywood and, all these bigwigs and
Mhm.
people with the money are like, "Oh, there's no money in movies anymore. People don't like going to the theaters." And, you know, I kind of understood that, but I also didn't because there's
Yeah.
just this magic there to going to the theaters, and you
Mhm.
see it too. And like, I think we're seeing this rise because of, all these indie directors and writers are coming up to the forefront.
Mhm.
Gen Z is seeing that and supporting them. Um, just good movies are coming out. Like
Yes.
it's such a good thing to read. Like I
Oh,
was just
yeah.
so happy.
I'm super happy that attendance is up again. Like I'm glad that theaters are still going to be a thing. I'm glad that my daughter is going to be able to grow up and see a movie in the theater cuz
Mhm.
I wanted her to be able to experience that. Either that or I was going to have to find a way to build a theater in the house. You know what I mean? And that's expensive.
Yeah.
But I mean, man, oh man, like I'm super happy. And it it's the way it should be. We need
Mhm.
theaters. We need that social space. Like it can't always just be in your living room or on your phone. Like I think that takes
Honestly, yeah.
away yeah, it takes away from the
Mhm.
quality of witnessing true cinema. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
there's always going to be little gimmicks out there, like what's happening between the Odyssey and Doomsday with the whole Infinity Vision and IMAX thing and all that crap. And there's always going to be internal politics, and there's always going to be money exchanging hands and all that good jazz. But to keep theaters around, to be able to allow people to experience a story that's made by well, cross fingers, that's made by artists coming together and collaborating, man. Like that's the beauty of movies, and that needs to stick around. Like yeah, I've I've been a cinephile since I was but a wee one, and I do not want them to go anywhere. So I'm happy. That makes me super
Mhm.
happy. That
Yeah.
that just makes the heart feel good.
Mhm.
We got to take all
It's
the
good
small
news.
victories where
Take a
we can find
win.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of the movies, you also got to see a movie this past week, right?
Oh, I didn't watch it in theaters.
Oh, you didn't?
We're talking about the the Amazing Digital
Uh
Circus's
huh.
finale,
Yeah.
which did release in theaters. I didn't get to watch it because it was only like a week long. So,
Oh,
or like 2 weeks long. It was something like that.
so it was a
And I missed
limited
the
run in the
window.
theaters. Okay.
Yeah, and they earned like, okay, so just so you guys know, the way that the studio makes its money that
Mm-hmm.
produces this property and all the other properties, Glitch Studio,
Yeah.
they make their properties are released for free on YouTube. The way that they make money is through like merchandise that they sell on their website.
Mm-hmm.
So virtually you could spend $0 and watch this amazingly animated piece
Yeah.
in episodes for free without
Oh
spending a
wow.
dime. Yeah. So they just do this as a passion project.
Nice.
Um and that's to say that during its runtime in the theaters, it garnered around $200 million in the box
Wow.
office. Yeah,
That's
which
good.
is yeah, and I'm so happy for them. Like I'm so happy for Gooseworks. Like
Mm-hmm.
good for you, girl. You did it. I'm sorry that people were bullying you on the internet. They
Oh
fucking
yeah, I
suck.
saw about
Like
that.
yeah, like I'm so sorry about that. Keep
Mhm.
creating. We love you. The yeah, I watched the finale release on YouTube. It
Mhm.
released maybe it released just this week, which was 2 weeks after the runtime of the movie
Yeah.
in theaters.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they released it in theaters first, the limited run, and
Mhm.
then they released it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it I watched it. I watched the pilot when it first released.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing how the animation evolved and just the animation itself, how it grew,
Mm-hmm.
um, is really it's such a I don't know if other people get this feeling, but it's like seeing how do I describe it? It's so beautiful. Like it makes me feel so warm and fuzzy inside because it
Yeah.
like the animation was already good on its own in the first episode, but you could obviously see it's made by an indie studio, so it's not like spectacular, but then you see it becoming spectacular with the textures becoming more detailed and the lighting becomes even more spectacular. Like you could
Mm-hmm.
just see these little changes that they start doing and it's like, "Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
this is awesome."
You're
Like
you're witnessing it grow
yes,
artistically. Yeah.
exactly, and it
Mm-hmm.
feels oh, so warm and fuzzy.
I
Like
know. I know. It's awesome.
yeah, I can't imagine what it is for her as the creator to get to see that in real time. Like
She's
that
living the
must
dream.
feel I mean, other than being fucking bullied by a bunch of assholes on the internet, like I'm sure
That's
she like
yeah.
I hope I would at least hope that she feels like some happiness that her baby grew up,
Oh yeah.
like cuz it was really good. So I watched this in my home
Mm-hmm.
and then I remembered that it's based off of this short story called titled "I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream."
Oh
Have you ever read that? It's by Harlan Ellison.
no, I don't think I've ever read it.
I implore you to read it. It's only 14 pages long. And then
Mm-hmm.
maybe watch The Amazing Digital Circus. I will say, maybe watch The Amazing Digital Circus first because
Okay.
um the endings are vastly different from each other.
Mm-hmm.
Um I like for as much as Gooseworks could have gone like a really sad, depressing ending for these characters
Mm-hmm.
at the end of her show. Um, she didn't,
Okay.
which I'm happy she didn't because the world already sucks as it is. So,
Right. Yeah, we need
um,
happy endings.
yeah, exactly. So I'm glad she went with a happy ending for as
Mm-hmm.
much as you could for these characters. Because the premise is that so Pomni, the little clown character,
Mm-hmm.
she wakes up in the first episode in the Amazing Digital Circus and she can't remember her name.
Mm-hmm.
She has no memories, but she's like, the last thing I remember is me putting on this headset and now I'm here. And she's
Right.
like, and this isn't my body. This isn't what I look like. I'm pretty sure I'm human.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where am I? And you find out all these other characters in the digital circus are humans as well.
Hmm.
Um, but they also don't remember who they are. They were put there, and then the mouth character Kane, he's the AI that runs the world. Like
Oh.
yeah. So we're going into spoil. Do you want me to spoil it or?
Don't worry, I already had a buddy of mine spoil it because he took his daughter to see it at the theaters. So I'm
Oh,
cool. You
okay.
can spoil it if you want.
Okay. So you
Mm-hmm.
find out at the end that um these human characters, it's just their human counterparts' brain memory,
Mm-hmm.
or at least just them remembering they were human, right?
Yeah.
Um, it's just a copy of the actual human that's in person.
Like their
So during
consciousness is uploaded to this AI program?
yes, exactly.
Okay.
So during the whole entire run of the show, you experience them just wanting to escape. Like they're
Mm-hmm.
like, this isn't where we're supposed to be. We're human. Let's try and find a way out of here. You find out at the end that there is no escape because they're just digital copies of human consciousness of their actual selves,
Oh
um,
man.
which is really depressing. And then it kind of makes you think, like, are you still human
Mm-hmm.
if you are a digital copy of your human self. You know, it starts fucking with you
Yeah.
in your head like
It's the
that.
teleporter problem.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. And so it ends in a happy ending
Okay.
because Kane, the AI, as easily as he could have been like, and he did in the episode prior to the finale, he starts like fucking with them. Like, you guys aren't appreciative of anything that I'm doing for you guys. Like, I'm trying to make a comfortable life for you guys and this and that. And he starts like torturing them.
Mm-hmm.
But then in the finale, he realizes, like, that's not the right way to be. We're all stuck here together. Like,
Mm-hmm.
would it actually benefit me to just torture them forever? No, it wouldn't, because that's not what I want.
Right.
And so he gives them a happy ending. He shows them like what they really are. And then they just cohabitate together. And,
So there's
you
still
know,
so these consciousness copies are still in the AI program at the end of it, but they realize that they're not the actual person. That the person is still in
yeah.
the real world.
Yeah, so Kane actually shows them like snippets cuz humans they pretty much upload their whole lives onto the internet even
Mm-hmm.
like continuously. So you
Right.
can always see what's happening with them. So he shows them like here's your human counterpart and here's what they do. And they find
Oh.
solace in that. And then they also like Pomni, she's asked like do you want to take your actual name? Like your actual name is Abigail or
Mm-hmm.
Abby. And she's or I'm if I'm misremembering that, I'm sorry, audience. It's something like that. But
Yeah.
Kane or the cast asks her, "Do you want to take your actual name?" And she's like, "No, because she's out there and I'm here and I'm Pomni."
Mm-hmm.
Like she realizes herself as a separate consciousness. Like they all basically just accept that they're their own person that
Okay.
exists in this own world.
Right. Right.
Which is not a existential dread, but just an accepting of like where you're positioned and at least the person that helps run the world for them is not a complete asshole or he realizes that hey, I was being an asshole, I'm sorry, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the happy ending and I was happy for them um because like I said, the world sucks right now and what's another sad story, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, but that's different from the thing that it's loosely based off of, which was I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, which I read. Um, it's only 14 pages long, so if you
Mm-hmm.
guys want to read it, like if you're interested in that sort of thing, like give it a read. But let me warn you, there is no happy ending. Like
Oh, to that one. Okay.
it's it's really sad. It kind of gives you like I listened to someone's breakdown of the story and how it kind of gives you like it still reminds you of the hope that humanity can exhibit and the care that they can still exhibit for each other even in
Mm-hmm.
a really bad situation that these characters have been put in the short story. Like
Mm-hmm.
even then humanity can still prevail, which in that regard, you could find some hope and read it just for that.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to read a bunch of sad stuff, um, just don't read it. Like it's actually really depressing. Like so, if you look at it from this way, like the Amazing Digital Circus and I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream tells of a story of a future where AI basically evolves to
Mm-hmm.
become sentient and it shows you like these are stories that are showing glimpses of us as humans who are this close to interactions with AI. Like these
Yeah.
are stories that are telling us that it could go like this or it could go like this.
Oh
Like
man. Yeah. Yeah.
and and You know, when I was getting angry earlier, like saying that we're not scared enough, I think
Mm-hmm.
if you read I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, and because they basically make this AI out of a world war that never ended, and they created it to help society, but the AI became too powerful and became sentient.
Oh no.
And now you're catching on, right? That
Yeah.
kind of sounds
Yeah.
familiar. Like,
Uh-huh.
um,
It kind of reminds me of did you ever watch
uh,
did you ever watch the Animatrix by any chance?
which one?
The Animatrix. It was a anthology animated series based off of the Matrix universe.
No, I haven't. I
Oh,
didn't even know
dude.
there was one.
Dude, you got to watch these. They were done by a lot of prominent anime directors and artists back in
Yeah, that sounds
the early
cool.
2000s. But a couple of stories. So it's a number of different stories all kind of put together. And a couple of stories were talking about the interactions between humanity and AI, and as the AI was put into robot bodies, how humanity interacted with them, right, and what eventually led to the robot AI rebellion. And yeah, it kind of it covers a lot of those themes of like humanity could use this kind of tool either in the best of ways or the worst of ways, and
Mm.
there's kind of like no in between, and it kind of led to this eventual war between sentient robots and humanity. And oh dude,
Mm.
you got to take a look at it cuz the animation, like I think I can't think of his name now, but like the director to Cowboy Bebop did an episode of this, like, and
Wow.
the animation is so good. Like I highly recommend it. But yeah, it kind of plays with those same kind of themes of like um uh whether or not humanity will be altruistic in the face of this other sentient being that can rise out of essentially what we thought were just ones and zeros, you know?
Mm.
Like it's super cool, and I really like those kind of stories, although they do hit really close to home nowadays.
Yeah, it's so, quick question, is this
Mhm.
an anthology or is it
Yeah,
a
yeah, it's an
full series?
anthology.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And yeah, like you're saying, like, a lot of sci-fi and that sort of genre was made
Mhm.
with the fear of what technology could do to humanity, and I think I think there's some, like, we have to take those as cautionary tales. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, we think we have a grasp of it, but I don't know, do we? Like, you gotta
Yeah.
be careful of
I
that. Like,
again, I think we treat it way too much as a novelty. And
mm,
I think that's the bad path to go down, right? Like this path of like, oh, this is just a fun little thing that I can play with, rather than, you know, what it could really be used towards, something that's a little bit more beneficial to humanity as long as we respect it as so, right? But
mhm.
if we keep screwing around with this and like becoming complacent with it, then it's going to be used against us, and that's the big problem, you know.
Yep,
That's
maybe
the
even
part
by
that scares
itself,
me.
which is basically what happened, and I have my no mouth and I'm a scream.
Hmm.
That's what happened, and then the AI got pissed off, and then shit happens. Like,
Oh
it's
god,
yeah, you gotta read it.
I
Like,
gotta
I
read it.
think
That sounds really interesting.
it is interesting, and it's really interesting just reading. Like, I love being able to, like, read these properties and watch these properties because it's like, man, someone thought of this. Like,
Hmm. Yeah, it's just
you're
another artistic
you
expression, man.
yeah, you thought of this, and are you okay? Because this is not okay. So funny enough, the guy who wrote the short story, he just died a few years ago. Like, he
Oh
wasn't
wow.
even yeah, he wasn't even that far off. He was in apparently he showed up in a bunch of TV shows of our time. He cameoed in Scooby-Doo,
Oh
of all
wow.
places. Like,
Yeah.
he was a recurring character. What's his name? His name
Harlan
is
Ellison?
yeah,
Let
and
me
he's a
see
funny
here.
guy. Like, I heard some of the stuff he did, and he's a silly dude. Like,
I've seen this guy before.
yeah. So go
But
read it, guys. But
yeah, I think
also buckle up, because you'll be sad.
and that looks like it's one of many different. He's got like books called The Deathbird, The Beast That Shouted Love, At the Heart of
Yeah,
the
so
World. Oh
this
wow.
short story is part of a book that is a compilation of short stories he's
Okay.
done. Yeah, like you can't find a printing production of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream because it's a short story, and if you do, it's like really ridiculously expensive. Like I tried finding a copy, and I don't even know if
Mhm.
it's a real copy, but they were charging like $800 for it. And I was like,
Jesus.
I'm just gonna read it on the internet. Like,
Oh man, I'll just listen to the audiobook then. Lately, dude, I've been on an audiobook kick ever since the road trip. Because whenever you're
yeah,
driving, I like listening to music while I drive, but sometimes you just kind of need a reprieve. So
yeah.
I downloaded a number of books that I was listening to along the way, and I think I'm gonna start listening to them while I draw too, because it's really relaxing. So I'm gonna look this up to see if there's an audiobook version of it, because I'm pretty sure it's kind of like a compilation of different short stories of his.
There is one
Mm-hmm.
book, but I just read, and I know that that's part of it, but I just read that snippet.
Okay.
I found it online, but I'm pretty sure you could find an audiobook or something.
Yeah, it sounds like something I would want to check out more of his work, because that
Hmm.
sounds interesting. If those are the kind of stories he's telling, I'm down, man.
So depressing.
Yeah.
So, but it also makes you like appreciate your life.
Yeah, and
Like,
it makes you
like damn.
it gives you, like, this is kind of weird to say, but I've always kind of liked the feeling of existential dread, and like
Mm.
the um the thought experiments of trying to figure out, like, because it always feels like if humanity can simply um um I guess kind of like understand where they are in the universe and where we could go, and understand how small we are, and understand how inconsequential we are to the bigger picture, and how, like, the earth doesn't need us but we need it, and that our actions and our conversations kind of like carry this ripple effect um on where society's gonna go. And I just kind of love kind of like playing in those mental minefields I don't know, I'm weird,
I
right?
mean,
Like
I know I get it. Like whenever I watch these shows or read
mm-hmm.
this, these properties, I always think like, what would I do if
Mm-hmm.
I were in that position? Like I
Yeah.
didn't think about it in this way though, because it is really sad, but like I think for the Amazing Digital Circus, it's a little bit more palatable because
Yeah.
it's a circus and the characters are cute, but
Yeah.
definitely not for the other one. But
But I
most of
think,
the time, yeah, I think like, what
yeah,
would I do if I were in that position?
and I think it's a very good mirror for humanity to kind of look at ourselves through sometimes, right? Like
Yeah,
sometimes we have to analyze why we're doing something. Why would we do this, right? It's kind of like the age old philosophical discussions, right? Like I think humanity sometimes doesn't think enough on, like, the bigger questions and the
we
philosophy
don't.
of why we do something, or is it ethical, is it moral, right? Like all these questions, a lot of us have gotten into this mode of like, well, this book says that, that's what I'm going to do, or I kind of feel this way, and I think it's good to kind of have that reflection every now and again.
Yeah, I
like
agree.
like for instance, I had come across this one article not too long ago where, um, speaking of AI and it possibly being used in a much more productive way, Midjourney recently announced their first like full body ultrasound CT scanner. And essentially, what they're trying to do is that they're trying to make it more affordable to get full body imaging,
Mhm.
and they essentially submerge you in water while the scan's going on, and the 3D maps that the AI creates can be created in a matter of minutes, and it kind of maps out like almost all your organs and anatomical structures, which would really help in like kind of um, zero in on like any kind of cancers or tumors, or if something's happening with your lymph nodes, the multitude of things that can that the multitude of wrong things that can happen to a human body. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And whenever I
See, a
saw
good
this,
thing.
yeah, exactly. It's one of those things where I was like, okay, this is what we're supposed to be working on. Mid Journey doesn't
Exactly.
need to be used to create artwork or videos. It needs to be used to enhance CT scans that are more safer for human beings. This is this is the path we need to be going down, right? It
Hello.
yeah. It like it instills in what I like about this, just like we were talking about, right? There is a air of respect that's being paid towards the technology, and therefore the technology is working to be beneficial to humans in the long run, right?
Mm.
But whenever we're constantly treating this technology as like some sort of novelty or something fun to do, I think it just desensitizes us to it. And it kind of like we allow companies to then just do crazy things with it, that we're constantly seeing online, as opposed to things that are more beneficial to us, and whenever I came across that story, I was like, dude, that's so cool. Finally, we're we're starting to use this in the right way. And maybe it's spurred on a little bit by people's attitude towards AI. Because I mean, AI companies have not been um in a good place, from what I've been reading lately. Like they've been they
Yeah,
have
they've
been uh-huh.
really been pushing it because they're not making money. Or is that what you're gonna
Exactly.
say? Or
Yeah, yeah, they have
okay.
not been making money. Oh crap, we got Rage HD in chat. How's it going today, man? He just got through saying that he saw Supergirl today. Oh shit. All right. I'm probably gonna be seeing it this weekend too, man. I'm hoping so. No spoilers yet, but if you were to rate it on a scale of 1 to 5, what would you give it?
Good
um,
watch? Not so good watch?
right?
How do you say?
What did you think about it? Let's see, what else?
This is too flat.
A 3. Oh, let's see. Between a 3 out of 5 ain't
Okay.
bad. That's not bad. That's
Yeah,
middle
it's
of the
not bad.
road. Okay.
Could use some work, but not
Yep.
too bad.
All
Got it.
right. That means I'll still watch it. That's pretty good. Let's see. All right. So, the other thing that I did last week, or I'm sorry, yesterday, is I saw the season finale to Doctor Stone. Did you or I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
I
not
watched it
season,
too.
series finale to Doctor
Yeah.
Stone. Holy crap, man. All right, guys. So we may go a little bit into spoiler territory with this because there's a lot to talk about that I thought was really interesting. And I like that the reason I'm transitioning into this because we're talking about like, positive outlooks on our and for the future of humanity. And I think this series finale kind of gives that in spades. But man, with this last episode, okay, first of all, so remember I said there's going to be spoilers here, guys.
Yeah.
So first of all, what did you think about the reveal of Y-Man?
Um so for you guys, Y-Man was revealed in not this episode, but actually the previous
Episode
episode.
12. Yeah.
Yeah. So the not the season finale, the
Mm-hmm.
preseason finale. Um, I think it makes the most sense. Like, I at first I wasn't jiving with it, but then I
Mm-hmm.
was like, yeah, it is completely believable that these little thingies that they thought were just little machines are
Mm-hmm.
actually aliens. Like that,
Yeah.
I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I
Yeah.
kind, and they kind of dove into it a little bit more in the finale, like why they ask why because
Mm-hmm.
at first, when the group gets confronted with it initially, like it's a scary question to be asked. Like, why are
Yeah.
you doing this and do you want to die? They
Mm-hmm.
think that it's a threat, but it's genuinely a a question of curiosity from these beings. They do not understand why why humanity would want to stop the
Living forever.
petrification
Yeah.
process. Yeah, the little Y man uh that that ended up staying kept asking questions like, isn't
Mm-hmm.
the purpose of living to life to live? So why would you stop a process that prevents you from essentially stopping that whole entire purpose, dying?
Yeah.
Like
I thought
petrification
that was
stops you
really
from
interesting
dying.
too. Because it was
Yeah.
like it's like you had these, I guess, metallic organisms, these machine organisms, that were symbiotes to civilizations, and obviously they don't have bodies, right? And they don't remember who created them. So to them, like, the purpose of life is just to survive, as opposed
Mhm.
to, us who have like our five senses and can experience life and moments and all these things. The meaning of life changes a little bit, right? Whenever you can experience life as opposed to just simply surviving. And
Yeah.
I thought it was really interesting how they're like, hey, you guys could live forever just like us. You just got to be petrified. And we're trying to give you this gift. And you keep fighting against this gift we're giving you, and that's why we're asking why. Why do you want to die? You know?
Yeah, why that makes no logical sense. And then I also
Mm-hmm.
thought it was funny that they were like, it took you guys so long though. This supposedly capable uh
Advanced
what is
AI,
it?
I guess.
These beings,
Yeah.
no, they were questioning humanity. Like, why did it
Mm-hmm.
take you so long to depetrify yourselves? You guys apparently are an advanced species
Mm-hmm.
because you communicate through radio waves like we do. But it
Mm-hmm.
took you so long to depetrify. Are you guys stupid?
You
Like,
guys good?
yeah,
Well,
exactly. I thought that
essentially,
was funny.
yeah. Essentially, at the end of it, they were like, "Okay, you guys are not advanced enough.
Yeah, they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna go. You guys kind of are dumb. Like
You guys are a little bit. You got a
yeah,
touch of the dumb. You're not there
yeah." On
yet."
top of yeah, on
Mm-hmm.
top of them not understanding like the logic,
Yeah.
like their humanity's reason for wanting to stop depetrification is illogical to them. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then that coupled with them taking so long to figure out how to unpetrify themselves, they're like, "Yeah, you guys are
Right.
just dumb. We can't, we can't do this."
But Senku makes a good point, right? Where he's like, look, in 10 short years, we went from the Stone Age to being able to come here to the moon. Like, that's got to prove something, but they're just like, nah, not really. Like, we need you guys far more advanced in order for us to be able to work with each other, because essentially the main reason why they were staying on the moon is because Earth's atmosphere would have rusted them over, and they would have essentially died on the Earth's surface. So
And
it's like,
oxygen is poison to them. They can't
exactly.
they can't operate on it. Yeah.
And I thought that was such a cool little detail, because
Yeah.
for all the stories and theories that we have about aliens and about other civilizations being out there in the universe, the one thing a lot of people never quite ask, and I always see this in like science documentaries, right, where they're saying like, okay, if there is other life, what makes you think they're going to be tailored to our world? like whether or not,
Mhm.
water is going to be poisonous to them, or whether or not,
Yeah.
the very air we breathe could be poisonous to them, because
Or
they're
even if they're humanoid.
exactly, because they're evolving in a completely different environment, and they evolve specifically for that environment. So it makes sense, like this symbiotic, machine sentient race comes here, and they're like, yeah, your earth is not good for us. Like, we've already sent thousands down there to die, just trying to teach you guys that petrification helps you live forever, and you just weren't getting it.
Yeah.
They sounded exasperated. But I thought that
Um,
was a cool little detail.
yeah. And so I've read online because I
Mhm.
was curious if this anime adaptation is close to the manga or if there's anything that happens differently, especially with the
Mhm.
finale. And a lot of people are saying, nope, this is a pretty much true to form
Really?
adaptation of the manga. Yeah, this is like almost a one-to-one, except for a few interactions that are very like you can let them go
Mhm.
because they serve no real purpose or they're just kind
Yeah.
of cute add-ons. Yeah, so
Mhm.
it's pretty this is it. That's how it ends. And so that being said, the ending I personally don't like the ending where
Okay, so that's really interesting. Cuz I kind of had the same feeling at first.
Mhm.
Whenever I saw the ending, and I'm not talking about the end credits ending, cuz the end credits ending almost made me emotional, but as far as like the ending that you got before the credits was like,
it kind I so I'm going into two avenues with the ending.
mhm. Mhm.
Um spoilers, he's making a time machine and
Right.
he kind of already confirms that it works because he has this line that says, and Taiju is coming and saying, "We're getting married," and da da da. And he's like,
Mhm.
"Didn't this already happen?" It
Right.
kind of
Right.
implies that the time machine already works. Or he's saying that, "Oh, Taiju, you said this yesterday because your marriage is 2 days long." I don't know
Mhm.
if it's because of that or the time machine, but I would like to think he's implying that the time machine works.
Right.
Um, that being said, I'm going into two avenues with this. I don't like the time machine because they imply that Senku made it for selfish reasons, which he's allowed to have selfish reasons. He did everything to save these people, save humanity, very very noble act, right? All he
Mhm.
wants though is to just see his dad, his father figure again.
Mhm.
And I'm sure he has thoughts of like if this stupid alien race didn't think that it would, help humanity to petrify us. And if my
Mhm.
dad hadn't gone into space and missed the petrification beam, he wouldn't be dead right now,
Mhm.
that sort of thing. And I can understand him having that very human thought
Yeah.
of like, I'm just going to make a time machine to get my dad back.
Mhm.
But I also like, I don't like it because it kind of defeats that characterization of Senku. Like he does have that line in the first season where he's like, "Yeah, I would find a way to save everyone."
Mhm.
Like, and in a way this is his way of trying to find a way to save his dad and the first, the astronauts who died. Um he's trying to find a way, and of course the first thing you'd think of is a time machine. But then it's like Senku, yeah, time travel hasn't really been studied and practiced, but you have to kind of think if you find a way to like bring your dad back, whether it be from sending the petrification stone back and petrifying the first civilization or whatever, right?
Mhm.
Along with the rest of humanity that got petrified, then you'd essentially be erasing like the people who are with you right now, like
Right.
Kohaku and Suika and
Mm-hmm.
the Ishigami village. Basically, all those people would not exist because you either one brought your dad back and the rest of the astronauts to the future,
Mm-hmm.
or two, you stopped the alien petrification people thingies from ever doing their petrification thing.
Yeah.
Um, or three, petrifying the astronauts. Like any of those options ends Kohaku's existence, and I don't
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
Like,
It's whenever I saw the ending and I saw that he was creating the time machine. Number one, I always have like a kind of feeling like, okay, time traveling is tricky.
it
If
is.
you introduce time traveling into your storytelling, you are opening a can of worms that is just sometimes it's not worth kind of getting into, right?
It's
Because
kind of a headache.
yeah, it's a headache because if the moment you introduce time travel, not only do you run the risk of like if you're gonna go the Back to the Future route, you run the risk of erasing people, right? But if you go
Mm.
down the MCU route, you're just simply creating alternate timelines that technically our present day Sinku wouldn't even experience
Yeah,
himself.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
They never diverge those
Yeah,
different timelines. So you're
exactly.
kind of like defeating
Yeah, it's kind of defeating the purpose unless
purpose.
Zeno. Going towards the end, Zeno says something that I thought was a little bit more interesting, where instead of sending people back in time, you send information back in time. And if you can
Mm.
send information back in time, you can change time just enough to where, maybe humanity becomes more advanced or something to that degree. But again, you run into the butterfly effect issue, right? Where it's like you change one thing in the past, you reveal some sort of information in the past, and essentially you're changing the future or the events that led to where they're at now. So yeah, you get rid of Swinka, you get rid of pretty much all the villagers, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And so yeah, it's whenever I saw that I was like, okay, that's a little goofy. Like playing with time travel is never fun within a series. And if you're going to play with time travel, like you need to do something super interesting or prepare for the consequence, right? Like you can't go into time travel with the conclusion. Instead, you got to let the time travel kind of dictate itself. And I tend to think that makes the story more interesting as opposed to saying like, well, we just want a happy ending. Well, time travel is not going to give you that happy ending. I'm sorry. Like it just won't end that way.
I think so. I think there's a third
Mhm.
option here where like Senku does realize that yeah, which he's smart enough to,
Mhm.
like time travel would absolutely erase all the people that he came to know and like triumph the petrification,
Mhm.
the whole, you know, thing that happened. And he met all these people. He would absolutely know that time travel would kind of just erase all of um those moments that he got to experience, you know?
Mhm. Yeah.
So I think there is an option 3 where Senku just creates it just cuz he fucking can. Like
Yeah.
he
Yeah, which is
like
possible.
he's just like screw you, you stupid alien floating rock things. Like
We're
you didn't think
advanced
we were
enough. You
advanced
don't know
enough.
us.
Yeah, I created a time machine and it
Yeah.
worked. So screw you. Like I think that's the option, like the most believable one, because I
Mhm.
don't see him actually using it to and I would hope not, because it definitely erases his character if
Yeah.
he does choose to go back.
Yeah. And well, the other thing that I found with this ending was that it kind of exemplifies this idea of which is theme throughout the entire show, which is the idea of possibilities made through human knowledge and cooperation, right? So through cooperation with the Medusa, the lone Medusa that stayed behind, right? He's able to achieve time travel, which is the one thing that kind of breaks all physics, right? It's like
Yeah.
it's the final boss in science, right? Being able to turn back time or go forward in time, right? You're essentially breaking all the rules of the universe. And so like I can understand using that as kind of like this, oh, look what humanity can do whenever we put our minds to it, right? And
Hmm.
I I kind of think that's what this series or that ending was kind of going for, like look what we can do. But by interjecting this idea of like I think you make a good point. The third option where it's like Cinco's simply saying like we can do it. Like screw these
Yeah.
aliens. Like they don't know what we're capable of. If science can accomplish it, I'm gonna do it. Right.
Hmm.
That would be more in character for him. And
Yeah.
then at the very end, he's like, "Well, I don't want to lose all my friends, so I'm not gonna do it." And if it ever went down that route, or if it's ever continued, I don't know if there's gonna be spinoffs or anything to this or not. But um, that would make more sense. But
Yeah.
yeah, the idea of like him just wanting to do something as sentimental as just talking to his father again, I think is I think it would be out of character for him. Cause
Yeah.
like, yeah, although I do see Senku as a sentimental guy because he wants to save humanity through science and all, I don't know if I'm pretty sure it's like you said, I'm pretty sure he's smart enough to know that time travel is gonna undo if they're playing with the Back to the Future kind of time travel, right? It's gonna undo everything.
Which we don't. We
Which we
don't do the
don't
Back to
want.
the Future one
Yeah,
because we
we
don't
don't
want to
do
screw our mom.
that. We don't want to screw
We
our
don't want to
moms.
do that.
We don't want people fading away, okay?
Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like
Butterfly effect, crazy.
yeah, we don't want to go down that route. So yeah, it was kind of I appreciated it for the message of humanity striving to do the most through cooperation and
Hmm.
through collaboration. But that was a weird one to kind of settle on. Like,
Yeah.
couldn't you do like interplanetary travel? Wouldn't that be
Hmm.
better? Or what? It's
Yeah,
like,
you like planets.
yeah,
Senku,
exactly,
just
man. Like
go to
you've
a
gone to
different
space.
what is it?
Yeah,
A
I would.
different galaxy or
Yeah,
something.
different galaxy or discover, discover wormholes. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's I to me that makes more sense as the furthest stretch of humanity as opposed to saying like, okay, we're gonna fuck with time. Nothing
Yeah.
good comes from fucking with time, folks. Not,
But
if
it
the
is a
movies have
crazy
taught us
feat though.
anything, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I I do, yeah. So now that I said it out loud, I am
Mm-hmm.
just gonna think that Senku just did it as a like a haha.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did
like
it. I'm
we
not gonna
can do
actually
it.
do it, but I can do it.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of
I
thing.
can command the universe. I'm not going to do it, but I
I
can.
can time travel, but I'm not gonna do it because I'm not stupid. You know, like that sort of
Right.
thing. But yeah, overall, that being said, like
Mhm.
as much as I had those like, I don't like this route. Like I do like the ending. I'm glad
Mhm.
everyone got a happy ending. I've actually started rewatching Doctor Stone, and I
Mhm.
forgot that a series starts with Taiju saying like, "I'm gonna confess my feelings to Yuzuriha," and and then they get petrified, and then they get unpetrified, and then he's like, "I'm not gonna say it until we revive, we
Revive
revive
humanity.
civilization."
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the ending is they get married, and I was just like, "Oh, I forgot about that."
10
I'm
years in
so
the making,
happy.
man. 10
Yeah,
years. And that's cuz
so
they were
happy.
separated for a good chunk of that time.
Yeah, and or doing crazy stuff like
Mhm.
built like Yuzuriha was busy like putting the broken peoples together
Right.
like for years because that's really hard. And then I don't know what Taiju was doing. I can't remember, but that's why I'm rewatching it because it's a really good show. It makes you
Oh
feel good,
yeah.
and it also like it it reminds you how amazing humanity can be. Like
Mm-hmm.
what we've
Oh,
come
dude.
to
Yeah,
for this far.
I loved the message of it. I love the message, because we're currently in a world of like isolation, isolationism, and
Mm,
and xenophobia, and
mhm.
nations wanting to only help themselves first. And it was really, I loved, and it was really inspirational to watch a property where they're talking about the the how every nation has a role to play, and as long as we work together as a global society, we can achieve anything. Like
Mhm.
it's kind of like that Star Trek kind of messaging. It's like if we could only get past our own bullshit, we can accomplish insane things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it was just like, damn, man, like that's I love that message. And especially nowadays where like it feels like everybody wants to go the opposite direction. It's like
Mhm.
just to have a property that says, "Hey man, like every nation has its perks, every nation has its benefits, every nation can help each other, and what we can accomplish. We just need to, find the thing that benefits us all, right? And incentivize each other and work together." And it was just that kind of message, just like, oh, it makes your heart swell up a bit. It's like, yeah, that's the society I need.
I
you
also
know?
like that Senku always manages to just become friends with the
Mm-hmm.
enemies that he came across.
Yeah.
Like,
It was the Goku of this world.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, "That's stupid. You can join us. Stop doing
Mm-hmm.
that." Like
Yeah.
I know you tried to kill me, but it's okay. Like
You
science
had your
wins. And
reasons,
then
but now
yeah,
that you know it's dumb.
I'm not gonna say you're dumb, but you can
Mm-hmm.
come over here now. Like
Oh
but
man.
yeah, I also like that at the ending, um what's his name? The gorilla high schooler guy.
Yeah, yeah.
He says, and I've always liked his character because his rationalization for what he was doing
Mhm.
kind of, he's one of those villains where it's like, it's wrong, but it kind of makes sense
Yeah.
why you're doing
He's
that.
doing it for a reason.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
I like him. He's one of my favorite characters, and the line that he says, like, we're going to be tried for the crimes that we committed
Yeah.
when the justice system gets established. I'm like, this
Mhm.
guy is such a
He's a
good dude.
he's a
Like,
noble
you're
son of a bitch, this guy.
you're you're all right, man. Like, even
Right?
if you almost killed Senku, or you did kill Senku, like,
And he technically committed somewhat of a genocide.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're kind of a good guy. Other than that stuff, but
Other than that stuff, yeah.
yeah,
But
but good
yeah,
good
it's
ending.
like, yeah, it was a great ending. And so along with the ending of the series, the artist, let me see if I can pronounce his name,
Oh,
Biachi?
Boichi,
Bochi?
Boichi, Biochi.
Boichi?
Wait, let me
Biachi?
look at it.
Biochi
Doctor Stone.
is
Wait, no.
Biochi.
Boichi,
Boichi. Okay.
Boichi, Boichi,
Boichi. Okay.
Boichi.
Boichi.
Yeah,
Um
Boichi.
So he has been getting a lot of attention on Twitter, mainly because he released a statement talking about pirating. Um,
Mm.
so on X he wrote, pirated magari mang blah, 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 can't talk right now. Pirated manga readers are not our opponents. They are our future audience. They are proof that demand already exists. Then he goes on to say, once official digital services exist in each country, they can generate tax revenue, and governments can more seriously address piracy. At that point, creators and aspiring artists can also demand proper enforcement and protection. Most importantly, it would create opportunities for local aspiring manga artists, and those opportunities would in turn strengthen the global industry as a whole. When a country's manga ecosystem develops properly, it becomes a cultural export industry. From a government perspective, piracy then becomes something that can and should be actively addressed. The first people to pay for legitimate manga services will, in many cases, be the very readers who once relied on piracy. They are not enemies of the industry, they are the earliest supporters in waiting. He goes on to say, I have no problem if those children were to read my manga for free. For those people, manga must move forward, not as a paid product, but as something supported by systems, education, and infrastructure. Of course, not through piracy. And damn it, it was that just a fucking great way. Like he came out with this statement, like I swear, like one day before the finale was released, and I was like, this guy's my goat, you know.
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking amazing. What do you think about what he's saying here? Which is essentially that pirating in countries that don't have the infrastructure to have manga readily available to people who want to read them. Piracy is not the issue. Instead, it's the infrastructure and the distribution.
Yeah, I think, and I like that he, released his statement roughly around the time of his anime's finale,
Mm-hmm.
because he knew what he was doing. He knew that it would garner attention
Yeah.
to that idea. And props to him. Like I like when people who know that they have a platform use it to speak their mind.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's right. And that's what I was saying too. Like, when Nintendo sues or ceases and desists, its fans who are just making like fan properties of their properties, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's in the same vein too. You can't punish the little guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to go after the bigger picture, and it's up to the like the governments and stuff like that to step in.
Mm-hmm.
We really shouldn't be punishing the consumers at all. And I like that he pointed that out from
Yeah.
his, as someone who even is a kind of like a victim of that system.
Mm-hmm.
His properties get pirated and he potentially loses on a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Even just saying that from his standpoint, like it's so easy for him to say, yeah, no, like I want money, like I want,
Yeah.
like punish these guys who are obviously stealing my property. It's nice to hear him say like, no, like that's not the right way to do it.
Yeah.
Like you should be punishing the bigger picture.
Yeah. I really love the idea that and you kind of expect it from him because he writes a story that's very humanity based, and then he has
Mm.
such a humanist take on something like the act of sharing art to people that don't have access, that don't have easy access to it, you know. And
Mm.
I remember whenever I first saw this, I originally, because this is coming from his Twitter account. So whenever I saw this, I shared this, and I was like, now this is not giving, a get out of free jail card to people who do have the infrastructure and who can readily access manga or any kind of comic book out there, right? Like this isn't giving you the go ahead to just pirate everything just because you want to, but instead, like this is like a um kind of a acknowledgement of like, hey, not everybody has the same kind of access, right? Like everybody, um, uh, the infrastructure, for some reason, especially whenever it comes to Japanese IPs like this, they just don't have the infrastructure around the globe, even though this is like a global market for them at this point, right? And so I like how he's just like, no, if it's not readily available to you, I don't mind if you're reading it through some pirating website, because at the end of the day, those who pirate are also those who buy, so I thought that was awesome. I thought that was really cool of him, and I have been following him on Twitter and Instagram for a while, and this was like one of the first times where I saw him kind of make active statements towards the industry like this. So hopefully, especially from like the last stream where we were talking about how the Japanese government kind of wants to um, they want to incorporate AI in order to make the production process cheaper. I'm hoping that they listen. From and here's the thing, man. I, and this is probably just a me thing because I just wasn't aware of it. But Doctor Stone is ridiculously popular. I I didn't realize the kind of pull that this series had, right? Because you're always hearing about the big ones like the Jujutsu Kaisens and the Chainsaw Mans and the One Piece and My Hero. Like I always thought by watching Doctor Stone, like I was probably I was in a smaller group than those fandoms. But I mean, during the or up until the release of the finale, even Fortnite had their own Doctor Stone world that you can go into, and
Really?
yeah, you could go into this island. You can um watch the first episode of the Doctor Stone science future arc, and then like there was various things on there, like they had replicas of like the Steam Gorilla vehicle. They had replicas of like Senku's famed ramen cart. They had the Perseus on the island. They
That's
had
cool.
Themed weapons that you can battle other players with, and I was just like, damn, like Doctor Stone is bigger than I thought.
Hmm.
Because I don't know, man. Like usually, whenever you and I were mentioning it, I I didn't notice anybody else talking about Doctor Stone up until this finale release. Like no, I didn't see anybody online talking about it much. I mean, did
Hmm.
you notice like a lot of talk going on about Doctor Stone? Maybe I'm just not in the right circles.
Um, I mean, I frequent, like, I look at so much anime and manga content that it just kind of pops up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I do kind of get the feeling that it is more of a niche
Mm-hmm.
market, like a niche customer, not customer, like a viewer base.
Right.
Um, but it is an anime that is still like available. Like I think people see it and can watch it, but I think only a few people are like drawn to watching it, you know? But yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty big in Japan for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if they got Fortnite money, my God.
But I mean it sounds like Fortnite has ties to Crunchyroll, huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It there has been a number of Crunchyroll adjacent IPs that have shown up in Fortnite, like Bleach,
Okay.
My
I mean
Hero
Bleach makes sense.
Academia. Yeah.
Okay, name stuff that's not that
That's
that that
that's not
popular.
Oh, that's not
aside
popular?
from Dr. Stone.
Oh man. Hold on, let me think.
Like not popular, but like of that caliber, you know? Like
Yeah.
those are shonen jumps, like
Yeah, they're
stuff that you would
huge.
think would show up in Fortnite, right?
I don't know,
Give me one that you don't think would show up in Fortnite.
they recently had the Amazing Digital Circus characters on there.
Yeah, I know, they
Yeah,
did.
but
And that was pretty funny.
Man, let's see. Smaller characters?
Like stuff that's not a shonen jump. Like
That's
stuff that you
not a
wouldn't think
shonen
would show
jump.
up in Fortnite.
Mm, I don't know off the top of my head. Nothing's coming to mind because
Well,
obviously there's
so
really big ones.
so you're saying that it's just like the habitat or
The island that they're on,
the
yeah,
map?
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
like the
a
characters don't actually show up in it.
no, no. They haven't released any kind of avatars of the characters.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's just like a island dedicated to the show, which I thought is interesting
That's
because
still pretty
that's
cool that they
yeah, that's
did
probably
that.
one of the first time I've seen an entire island dedicated to it. As a
Mhm.
it kind of dubbed as like a social area as well as a battle royale. So I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool, but I'm like you. I thought Doctor Stone was a little bit more niche than something like for Fortnite to get, because
Yeah.
Crunchyroll has a shit ton of properties. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
for Doctor Stone to be like one of
Yeah,
them.
the one that's picked. I
Exactly.
don't
I was
know.
just like, damn.
I don't know. It's nice to hear that there is a huge audience for it,
Mhm.
you know? Like it's deserved. Like it's a really good anime. And I'm
Yeah.
glad that it follows the manga closely cuz then you're just like, well, now I'm not missing anything. But the art, so I don't know if you've ever seen the artwork for the manga, but it's actually
Mhm.
pretty freaking good.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Yeah, the artwork's really good. Yeah,
yeah.
I own like 3 volumes of the manga myself. Which I thought was interesting because a lot of people were commenting on the fact that um Dr. Stone in the first season, or at least the character designs, looked way different from the final arc. And they were saying that, the characters even look younger, where in fact it was the animation team that was trying to make the characters look closer to their manga counterparts because
Mhm.
it's interesting. Like the author, I mean, he must have like really, he was. It seems as if he was really attached to the character designs because, I mean, according to the timeline in the manga, like 10 years pass between the beginning and going towards the end. And like it didn't look as if the characters had aged very much. So it
They
was
were petrified for some time.
yeah, it's true. That is true. That's a pretty good theory. Like maybe being petrified just kept you younger.
Okay, so let me think, because I read over the actual timeline
Mhm.
of Dr. Stone. Um, so when Senku gets depetrified
Mhm.
initially, he's like
He's like 16, 17.
17?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a high schooler.
Mhm.
Hmm,
It would have been
and then
10
over the
years. Yeah.
so at the end he's like 20 something.
Yeah, he would have been like in his mid 20s at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think they kind of show it. Like, I mean, how much do you change from a teenager to your early to mid 20s, right?
I
Like,
don't know. You
I don't
you
think you
change quite a
change that
bit.
much.
I don't
I
know
don't think you
cuz
change that
well,
much.
I mean, because all right, for most people, okay, let's say like for most
I am an
women,
Asian woman, so
I mean, for most women at 18, you stop growing in height, of course, right? But
exactly.
other features of you, of women continue to grow, and you grow into a more adult looking individual. By the time you're 25, like I can definitely tell the difference between a 25-year-old and a 17-year-old.
Oh no, for sure, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can tell,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's like that crazy of a difference. Like
I don't know. I
being a woman in
do.
my 30s
Yeah.
and seeing other women in their 30s, like you
Mm-hmm.
don't become I think you don't become your peak your peak form
Your
until
peak
you're
adult
30.
form until you're
Yeah,
30.
I think you still are a little squishy when you're in your 20s. At least me.
I mean, I
And
get it.
then you start looking more adult
I don't
as you
know.
hit your
Maybe it's a little bit
late 20s to
more.
30s.
Maybe it's a little bit more subjective, right? Because it's like I've seen pictures of myself in high school compared to pictures of whenever I'm in my 20s and 30s and then, 40s, right? It's like you can definitely tell a difference. I I don't like to make the claim like I don't look my age, right? Because again, super subjective. Whenever people see me, whether or not they think I'm the age that I actually am, right? Like that's up to them. It's a nice feeling whenever somebody guesses that I'm 10 years younger than what I actually am, right? But I know how old I am. My body tells me it every morning, right? But whenever I look at the difference between a high schooler and somebody who just graduated college, I tend to think that's a gigantic jump. Maybe not only because I mean maybe not only because of the body changes that you go through, or maybe it's because I'm a guy and us guys continue to like grow until we're like 21 and a little bit older sometimes. Like I don't know. I don't know which sex has the most dramatic change during puberty. I mean, all of us do, but I don't know. I tend to think that there's or if you ever take a look at like you've read the manga, do you have any volumes of the way he
No,
makes the
I haven't read
characters
the
look?
manga.
Oh yeah, okay. So if you ever look at the artwork of how the characters look going towards the end of the manga, like I think the manga has like 200 and something volumes. Um or chapters, I'm sorry. But once you get to the I've seen some of the panels for the last volume, and yeah, the character designs don't change, or not the designs, but like as an artist we can age characters up pretty easily, right? It's just a few style changes, it's not that hard. Like I hate how like I hate how like some artists will like showcase that somebody's got older because the boobs have gotten bigger, or like the guy's muscles are now gigantic, but but it's very easy for an artist to be like, okay, this character is a little bit older and I'm going to show him being older by this, right? Sometimes we tend to square out the jawline, or we tend to make them a little bit taller or something to that degree. But it seemed as if most of the characters within Doctor Stone, for the most part, their character design doesn't change all that much, especially whenever you're paying attention to Senku. But a lot of people had the theory that maybe constantly going through the petrification process, that because the petrification process has regenerative abilities, that somehow is making them look younger, or that's how he
It could
stayed
be.
looking younger. I don't know. Either
It
that or
could be.
Senku was just a tiny dude. I don't know.
I think so. I don't know about the manga, but
Mm,
in the anime, I think it could very well just be that because Senku does get petrified, and it might be the length of your petrification that affects
yep.
how your body ages because Senku has been petrified for a long time along with the other guys who haven't aged.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that could be an explanation why they don't change because um Boichi does a good job of aging up Suika. Like
Yes.
you
Yeah.
you can tell Suika is not
Hmm.
12. So when
But
she
technically,
first
she
gets
goes from like
petrified,
a chibi character to to looking as old as
yeah, cuz
Ohaku.
she
You know.
well, she is when she depetrifies them.
Right.
So when the series starts, she's 9, and then when before she gets petrified, she's technically 12.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then it takes her 5 years to depetrify everybody. So
Right.
she's technically 17. So she's the same age that Kohaku is whenever she gets depetrified. So, and when you hit puberty, you do get taller. So
Mm-hmm.
she, yeah, she essentially is aged up. Um, yeah, so I don't think I will say Boichi's style is kind of does have same face syndrome with the female characters. Could it be because they're all descended from the same woman? Yeah, you could argue that, but I think
That is true.
if
I
you
didn't stop to
if
think
you
about
look
that.
if you look at all the other female characters, they kind of have the same face, so I
Mm-hmm.
can kind of see why people would be like, maybe Boichi doesn't know how to age up his characters, but then I'm just like, well, he is capable of drawing an old person, like
Right.
the old dude that helps them make all the stuff. Like he's very clearly an old guy. Like
Yeah. Or
he's able to
maybe.
draw different
Yeah.
characters in different stages of their life. So I think it is that theory that the petrification does alter how your body
And plus, we don't know.
ages.
We don't know how much of the design choice came from the animators themselves. Like it could have been that they just were trying to, because the last some of the last scenes of episode 13 is a um one to one um is a callback, I should say. It's more of a callback to some of the first scenes of episode 1, like Senku working in front of that globe looking device. And they kind of show that before the actual petrification, so maybe the animators were trying to do a callback in that way. Because I'm just now looking at the cover art for like the most recent volume and the first volume, and the artist does a good job of like making him look a little older. So
Oh, really?
yeah. So maybe it is an animated. You know what? Here, I'll pull it up on stream here. Let me see. Because I think he does a pretty good job at like showing. Here we go. I have it up now. So this is volume 1 here, and he's got a little bit of a baby face. Look at that baby face. And then this is one of the most recent volumes. And yeah, it looks like he's aged up a bit. Even has
That's
different
a,
color hair.
oh,
So maybe this is more of a of an animator's decision.
I'm not sure. I
Yeah, I'm
think
not sure either.
not sure. I think it's a style choice. I don't know, but I think like I don't think there's much of a change for because it really just depends how old he was when it started.
Hmm. You know who really did an age up recently?
Okay, so he's 15.
Oh, in the beginning of the volume?
Yeah, so he's 15 when the series first starts,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy.
Right.
Whenever I read how old these guys are, it's like, damn, what was I doing when I was 15?
Right. I
Not
was
saving the world and
None
knowing
of
how to
that.
freaking make ramen from scratch. Like, Jesus. Or making cell phones from scratch,
I
or
could make myself grilled cheeses back then. That was about it.
the fandom wiki for Dr. Stone lists Ruri,
Mhm.
the village lady, as
Yeah.
his ex-wife. That's funny.
I mean, technically she was.
Yeah, it
They were
is.
only
Yeah, it's
married for like
technically.
a day or two, but
Yeah. He's like, I'm divorcing you. That's
oh,
funny.
that's funny.
What is his age at the end? It's supposed to say here.
I can only assume that he had to be his mid-20s.
Senku age at the end of Dr. Stone.
Yeah, cuz they kept saying
He's
that at the
24 to
end.
26 years old. So
There
it's,
you
yeah,
go.
it's been
Yeah.
10 years.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think at the last episode he looks a little bit more older. Like he looks about as old as Zeno does when they first meet him. You know? Like Zeno is not an old man.
Or he's supposed to, well,
He's like a 20
according to
something year
anime
old man.
terms, he's a he's an old ass dude.
You know, like he looks as tall as Zeno
Yeah.
when you see him at the
I
end
thought they were
you know?
always kind of the same height, that they were just kind of small dudes. Cause I mean, by the time he runs
Yeah, they
into
are kind of small
Zeno,
dudes, but his
yeah,
limbs look noticeably longer,
yeah.
like a
Well,
taller aged man.
whenever he met Zeno, they were already what, like going into the latter half of their journey across the globe. Because that's whenever they first go into America. Like, so I'm assuming
Yeah, I think that
Senku had to have been like probably touching his 20s at that point.
yeah, I think he would have been 20, and I think, Zeno, apparently he had depetrified around the same time
Mm-hmm.
that Senku did, and Zeno is like in his 20s when he gets depetrified. So,
He was only in his 20s.
yeah, he's older than
All right, we need to
because he already works for NASA, I think,
we
at
need to
that
talk to
time.
Japan and their unrealistic their unrealistic ages. How the
Hey
hell are you
man,
gonna be 20 years old and working for NASA?
he was super smart, apparently. Like he's a
Jesus.
genius.
At least make him in his 30s, for the love of God. They make him with pure white hair.
How old is Zeno? Well, that's his. He just
Fucking
has white
Japan and
hair.
their weird ageism.
29.
He's
He's
29.
29.
Okay, that's a little bit more believable. That's a little bit more
And then he's
believable.
36 whenever. Wait, that doesn't make sense. He should be like closer to 40
You'd be
when
closer to
the.
40, depending on the petrification process.
Unless he depetrified later than
Yeah,
Senku.
because I'm assuming that whenever you're petrified, you're not aging, right?
Oh no, you don't.
Right.
Yeah, because your
So
body stays
yeah.
stagnant
So he
forever.
must have been, whenever he was depetrified, he was already alive in America creating a city. So I'm assuming he had to have depetrified roughly around the same time Senku did, which would mean like there had to be a span of 5 to 6 years in between depetrification and him building that factory in America with the corn and everything. So he had
Yeah,
to have been
because that's around the time that Senku, like
gets
5 years,
there. Yeah.
is around the time he starts traveling the world. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
So
so at that point, he would have been somewhere in his late 20s, which would mean that after being petrified for 7 years for the second global petrification, then
he's still that age, though.
yeah, he
Like you
still would
don't
have been
age
that
during
age.
petrification. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is Senku. So
So
yeah, you know
technically,
what? Anyways, this is a I don't know. Okay, yeah, it says here Zeno is older than Senku, approximately
yeah,
10 years apart.
that makes sense.
10
That
years.
makes
He's 10
more
years older.
sense. If he would
Yeah.
have been, if Senku would have been 15 in high school, Zeno would have been 25 in
25.
NASA. Okay, that's a little bit closer. That makes a little bit more sense because Senku's father was older than Zenu, which is why they
Yeah.
kind of had their rivalry between them two.
Yeah. And they both, they both worked for space organizations,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
they know each other.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
didn't Senku's father was kind of like Zenu's um contemporary or mentor of some sort?
I don't remember. But I kind of wish they explained a little bit more
Yeah. Yeah, went a little bit more into
what
the background.
of Senku's dad, because
Mm-hmm.
they just briefly mention like uh Senku's dad not being related to him. So we
Mm-hmm.
don't really know that much about Byakuya, that's his
Yeah.
name.
Mm-hmm.
Which I kind of wish we learned a little bit more about him because he's
Yeah.
a cool
Something about
dude. Like,
him.
he was a good dad.
Yeah.
How are you not Senku's dad? Like, how
Yeah,
are you not related to
and
him?
who are Senku's parents?
Yeah.
Like what happened to them? Like they're the ones that gave him his genetic makeup to be as smart as he is. So
I guess irrelevant, but it would be nice to know about his adopted dad. Like, he's a
exactly.
cool guy.
Yeah.
And he and also he's a goat. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Byakuya's the goat. Like,
Oh
when you
yeah.
learn that
Without
he was
him
freaking sifting for
for the
the
platinum.
minerals.
Yeah.
Oh, for all those
Jeez.
years until he died. Like,
that's that's a good dude right there.
this series is so sad, but also so hopeful because, like,
Right.
oh my gosh, what a good dad.
But there was another character that got an age up this past week as well. Did you see the age up of Goku?
Oh yeah, I think the creator drew him like older just for
Or
fun.
yeah, the current artist of Dragon Ball
The current
redrew.
artist, what do you mean?
Well, Toriyama died a couple of years ago.
What?
Yeah, Toriyama died. Hold on, let me
Oh,
see here. Was it a year ago? I believe when
dude.
did uh,
How old was he when he
let
died?
me see. He died in 2024. And he
Mm,
was 68.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's not even that old.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
68's pretty young. It would have been nice if he would have made it to his 80s for sure. But
Mhm.
apparently the current artist for Dragon Ball, which his name is um Toyotaru,
Mhm.
and he took a old sketch that Toriyama had of a elderly Goku and redrew old man Goku. Um, and this is what he looks like. If you're watching stream, you can see old man Goku now. He's got himself a walking stick, much like Master Roshi.
Yeah, I saw this.
So he ended up saying, the current artist said that this illustration is based on a drawing of an elderly Goku by Toriyama. It was featured in an essay manga included in the Dragon Ball Z anime special book released in 1989. Since it was drawn while the original series was still going, it includes comments such as when Dragon Ball finished, or Goku might end up looking like this as an old guy too. So even in 2026, 37 years later, the end of Dragon Ball is still nowhere in sight. Maybe we'll see this version of Goku someday. And then he credits Mr. Toriyama. Um, but yeah, I saw a lot of people getting pretty emotional about seeing old Goku. I think because he's been in a lot of people's lives for a really long time. He's one of the originals. Um, but I thought that was neat to see. Especially since, speaking of some of the originals, they released a teaser for the new One Piece anime that's going to be coming out. I believe later this year.
Hmm.
Somebody can fact check me on that. It's a collaboration between Netflix and Studio Wit, and it's being called The One Piece, and it's going to be a condensed version of the story. The animation looks amazing for it, and this may be the series that's going to actually get me to watch all of One Piece. Because I don't think I'm willing to sift through the original.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have a condensed version.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm always for the condensed version. Just get rid of all the filler. Give me the story highlights. You know.
Mhm.
Um. Let's see what else did I want to talk about before we left for the night. Oh yeah, before I forget. So going back to the X-Men within the MCU, it turns out that one of the co-writers of the coming X-Men movie had an interview with Deadline, and he revealed a couple of things that I thought was pretty interesting. In the interview, he said to be able to look around this Marvel conference room and have every X-Men character on the board and being able to spitball and freestyle on what is this person, it's so emboldening because you're like, wow, this isn't going to be a safe movie. This is actually going to be a really exciting new take. Whereas with X-Men, Kevin Feige just wants to take big swings and start anew, not beholden to any of the movies that have come before. And Jake Schreier, which is the director for the X-Men film, has such a clear version in terms of wanting to get back to the first, or to character first, and to what is exciting about those early Chris Claremont run comics, which was about team dynamics. There were a lot of soapy elements to those comics. So, what they kind of revealed in the interview is that it looks like the MCU is starting fresh and brand new with the X-Men, which thank God. I think we need to get rid of the Fox X-Men, right? Like, I'm sorry, that also means getting rid of Hugh Jackman, but it's gotta be done. It looks like they're gonna be leaning more on the character interactions and the soap opera ness of the X-Men, and how the X-Men is just a lot of drama, but that's what makes them good, right? Um, and then recently, Kevin Feige came out as saying that he was talking about the casting for the movie, and he said, for those looking for some A-list actors to head the Winchester County, be warned, this will be a budget-conscious version of the X-Men. Jake is an incredibly smart guy, and he's incredibly talented filmmaker. We had a great experience with him on Thunderbolts, and if you saw that movie, what he did with those character interactions, he also has a pulse on, shall we say, a younger demographic, because X-Men, as in the comics, will be very youth orientated, focused and cast movie. So they're going to be focusing on a young X-Men, which is amazing. That's kind of what I wanted them to do from the get-go, right? Instead of messing up all the timelines. But it also has people talking about, like, um if we're going with a younger X-Men cast, does that mean that we're going with the original five, which was Beast, Cyclops, Angel, Iceman, and Marvel Girl? Or are we going to kind of mix the timelines a bit and get younger versions of X-Men that came a little bit older into the X-Men team in the comics? But I really love the idea that they're taking big swings with this. I like that, they're going for broke because we've seen every version of the X-Men at this point. They kind of have to.
Mhm.
So I am down, man. But yeah, like I said, they're starting pre-production later on this year. So um I
For a movie?
for the movie.
Mhm.
And I think what they said was that they plan on the X-Men movie to be one of the first movies after Secret Wars. So I'm guessing we're going to be seeing the X-Men movie sometime in 2028 unless something really really weird happens. Um let's see. As far as any other things, um I think that's the only really big piece of news that I saw come out of the comic book movies. I saw that they were creating an Absolute Batman animated series, which I thought was pretty cool. Um, if you're not familiar with Absolute Batman, essentially it's a version of the Batman where they said, what would Batman be like if he wasn't a millionaire? And it's a pretty cool story. If anybody ever gets a chance to read those comics, I highly recommend them because they make some pretty demented versions of Batman's villains. But apparently, it's going to be getting its own animated series. So I am down for that because Warner Brother Animation, they always bring some good work. Um,
Mhm.
and they're also speaking of Warner Brothers Animation, they're also in the middle of creating a Thundercats movie. Which,
Oh, really?
yeah, I had heard about it
Wow.
for a while, and for a long time, I had heard that it was going to be live action, but it's been confirmed that it's going to be an animated movie. So I'm interested to see what they're going to
Interesting.
be doing. Which everything's kind of like it's nerve wracking, right? Because everything's kind of up in the air with the acquisition and all that jazz, and what
Yeah.
Paramount's going to be doing with these properties as soon as they take over. But if these properties see their way through the merger, then I'm excited. I think both of those properties would be fun to watch. Um,
Mhm.
but other than that, I think that's about it for all the uh, all the topics that we have for tonight. You want to take a look at the artwork?
Okay.
Oh, oh man. Oh, nice. You're going heady with yours. I like it. Surreal.
Yeah. I thought I think I got this idea more vividly from when I read I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. So,
Okay, that's
yeah,
awesome.
definitely again, go read it if
Mm-hmm.
you want to see what AI can do in a bad way.
Have a healthy
if
respect for it, folks.
it's
Healthy
it's not
respect.
it's not already doing some bad stuff already, but it
Mm-hmm.
could get worse. Like if you just want something that'll boggle your brain, definitely go read it. Um, I recommend The Amazing Digital Circus as well. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's a fun watch, and it's all for free. You can just go on YouTube and watch it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna check it out now. Now you've recommended it as well as other friends of mine, so I'm
Mhm.
gonna and plus the fact that I can watch it for free, it's even better.
Yeah, and I think maybe the reason why people don't watch it is they have no idea what the premise of of the
Yeah,
show is
yeah,
just by looking at it. Like if you looked at these characters, you're like, okay,
yeah.
this is a kid show. No, it's not a kid show. It makes you think about your life and what the what's the meaning,
Oh man,
and all that fun
the best
stuff.
kind of stories.
Mhm. Yours is coming out good.
Yeah, with this one I decided to work on the clothing. Like so remember last stream we were talking about me getting a little bit better and not getting too lost in the weeds as far as the muscles go and kind of focus more on how the clothing hangs and do that first.
Mhm.
So this time I took that to heart and I wanted to get all the clothing out of the way before I ever worked on any kind of like real muscle structures or anything like that,
Oh,
even
okay.
the face. So yeah, I've gotten the clothing down so far. His little red cape and his the pretty much the clothing that he's wore since season one. And then I have him in his primitive axe, and in the other hand, I'm gonna put the what do they call that little Medusa that stayed behind? Did they ever give it a name?
They just call it Wyman,
Wyman?
or
Yeah.
Gan. Gan calls it Wyman-chan.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna
Puts
put
a little honorific
yeah.
after Wyman.
I'm gonna I'm gonna put Wyman Chen on the other hand. So
Yeah. I love how the clothes came out. They came out really good.
thanks.
I watched this one influencer who was explaining how you can tell the difference between um artists and their style and what audience they're catering to. If you're
Mm-hmm.
catering to like a more adult centric audience than a child centric audience, you
Mm-hmm.
can tell just by the wrinkles in their clothes. And
Really?
yeah,
What was the theory?
because children's shows and children's cartoons don't have a lot of detail in the clothes.
Yeah.
They lay very plainly.
Mm-hmm.
There's no detail. Um, yeah, it's just a piece of clothing. But
Oh.
with adult centric art styles, there's more detail in that, and it kind of shows like a deeper understanding of, yeah,
Okay, I see
clothes
what you mean.
exist, but they have those wrinkles, even if they have a basic shape,
Yeah.
that's not how they look whenever they're on a body, and that adds to the shape. You
They
have to add
morph
it
and
in the
change.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it looks really cool.
Awesome.
Like you did a good job.
Thank you.
Hmm.
All right. Well, I'm gonna keep working on this. I want to see if I can, because I wanted to add. Once I was done with him, I wanted to add Swinka as well as Chrome to the
Hmm.
drawing as well. So I'm gonna find a way to
Okay.
include them
Yeah. Be
because
science.
they're the real scientists throughout the entire series to me. All
Well,
right.
yeah, that's a good place to end the stream. Thanks for joining us today, you guys. After our 2 week little vacation,
Hmm.
thanks for joining us today. Go find ESO at ESO Art Studio on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Those links are down below. Go find me at Lily Lilac Draws on Instagram, Threads, Tumblr, and TikTok. All the links are down below as well. If you'd like, go check out our Ko-fi page, give us a donation. Anything is kindly appreciated. But just you guys joining us even after our break is kindly appreciated as well. Thanks so much. It's a pleasure unwinding together again after a week of stuff that's made us angry, that's inspired us, that's made us happy. But yeah, thanks for joining us again. We'll see you next time, and remember, stay creative.
Peace.
Bye bye.